And hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson along with Lynn Swan. And here we go with a ball game this afternoon. It's almost put up or shut up for one of these two teams, Swanee, because they both had their troubles with injuries. They both had trouble getting young people settled into position. And let's begin with the presence of Craig James on this Washington ball club.
Well, Craig James is a man that they counted on to solidify their running game. And because of that injury, they've kind of slowed down that offense. It hasn't come together. It's shown some sparks of being able to be consistent, but they just haven't put it together. But with Craig James back and eager to go, that might make the difference.
He runs the football. Nobody throws the football without some help from the big guys up front. And Mike Hohensee, who is also coming back off of injury, will be at quarterback today. He had a cracked sternum in the same L.A. ball game the second week of the season where James was injured. But the Washington offensive front's been giving reasonably good protection to the Federal quarterback.
They gave excellent protection for Joe Gilliam last week as he hit Joey Walters there for the touchdown. And they are quite capable at passing the ball extremely well. So look for them to make some big plays.
Billy Taylor got a chance to play when he came to the Federals with James laid up, and he's had two big ball games.
He's not the greatest running back in the world, but he's awfully consistent. He's a strong runner. But the strongest runner in the field, the Superman of the New Jersey Journalist, is Herschel Walker. He's the man you have to look out for. He's put together two 100-plus games the last 2 weeks because Chuck Fairbanks has done the necessary things to give this man a comfortable position to play, going to the I formation, what he was more comfortable running with at the University of Georgia.
Also added some misdirection, and when you give Walker a half a step, he has the size and the speed to really burn you. Now, mentioning the offensive front, New Jersey's offensive line has seen their quarterback sacked, mauled, pummeled. Bobby Scott has been nailed for 9 interceptions. It's just been a life of misery for the New Jersey quarterback.
The offensive line is adept at run blocking, but do not have the necessary experience to pass block. They've turned the ball over so many times. They've moved the ball well between the 20s, but they just make the mistakes, cause the turnovers, and then they don't score the points.
You make that number of mistakes, you're not going to win many ball games, and the Generals have not. But this afternoon, I think perhaps on a dry, sunny day, we may see a whole new thing happen. We might see two teams really get after each other.
Presenting 3 cars you can actually fall in love with. Dodge Shelby Charger. Your heart will beat faster for $82.90. Dodge 600 ES, a high-tech sports sedan at $94.72. Dodge 400 convertible for just $99.95 will give you the sun. We've also got a way to protect something you love. Dodge's 550 protection plan. A little love and something to protect it at your Dodge dealer.
Now on other select new Dodge cars and trucks, get 9/8 financing or cash back.
To everyone who knows they've got what it takes to get the job, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming.
For you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
Hey, this Bud's for you.
With those kind of numbers to enjoy today, it's like springtime in the Rockies. The bluebells are out. 50 degrees, very little wind, and the humidity is comfortable, and I don't see a cloud. After a rather dismal 2 days of weather in the New York, New Jersey area. So we've got what we had hoped for all along in our presentation of spring football, bright, warm sunshine as Kenny Olson goes out to kick off for the Washington Federals. Kenny Olson out of Salisbury State wears the weighted shoe and hits it head on. And going back to accept the kickoff for the New Jersey Generals, Thomas Lott, number 36, out of Oklahoma. And Lynn Swan, this is a game that's going to have some long-reaching meaning for both of these teams. They're both 1-5, but the exhibition season is over. It's now time to get clawing and scratching.
Both these teams really want to perform here, and the younger players on these teams have to be saying, hey, you know, this is my last chance to play. This league has presented an opportunity, and I've got to start showing what I can do.
Olsen comes, and the game is on at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Lott at the goal line. Comes up the middle behind the wedge and takes a whack. He got nailed by Eric Robinson, number 40, a running back working on the special teams. He came slicing in as the hot man from the outside, and he got him. The ball is marked just short of the 20-yard line, with Bobby Scott opening at quarterback, Herschel Walker, and Maurice Carthen, the running backs. Carthen up there at fullback. Brodsky, Conahy are the wide people, and Victor Hicks is the tight end. And so New Jersey wearing the home red uniforms. They've yet to win at home. At the 19, first down. He's got a man in motion, Frady. The ball is given out of the I formation to Herschel Walker. He searches for a hole. He gets it across the 20 to the 21. Coy Bacon brought him down. The people up front now for New Jersey, and these are the people that better start working a little better together, or they're going to make some more changes. Greg Murtha, John Jewell, Kent Hall, Wayne Harris, Brian Millard, and Hicks, the tight end. They're big enough, and they have experience enough. They just haven't been able to get everything in place. On second down and 8 from the 21. Scott back to throw. On second down, gets it off over the middle. The pass is intended for Victor Hicks, and it is incomplete off of his hands. The ball was catchable, except it was thrown a little bit behind Hicks. The defensive alignment for Washington, they play out of a four-man front with Bacon, Suber, Vinnie Smith, and Bob Barber. The linebackers are McIntyre, Baxley, and Harris. And the secondary lines up with Brown, Green, Guess, and Butler starting this afternoon's ball game. It is third down and 8 for the New Jersey Generals. Their only win was on the road against Arizona. Now they go to split backs, and they've got them split a little wider than normal. And Scott again is back to throw on third and long, goes over the middle with it. The pass is complete out to the 35, and the first down. The man making the catch is Mark Slauson, number 85, 6'3", 195, out of the Citadel. Another look at it.
Here he just takes the ball, drops back. He's got a straight zone defense, and Mark Slauson's crossing underneath the coverage there, just behind the linebackers, underneath the secondary. Gets it in for the first down.
That is catch number 6 on the year, or 7 on the year for Slauson. And off the first down, the ball goes to number 33, Maurice Carthen. He's 6'1", 225 out of Arkansas State. And the Washington Federal defense, flowing well with the play, brings him down with Mike Guess, number 44, making the tackle. In the ball game against Arizona, Washington certainly could have and probably should have won the ball game.
And they didn't because, one, the decision of Ray Yott to go for it 4 times from the 1. You would think he'd be able to punch it in, but the team didn't. If he had elected to go for the field goal, he might have had the cushion to win the ball game.
Second down and about 12. Off the run of Carthen. Good protection over the middle. Goes the pass. It is incomplete. Intended for Tom Conahy. Conahy stands 6'2", 180. He is out of Central Arkansas, and he was matched up against Greg Butler, a cornerback, and Butler made a fine play. He had him covered like a blanket.
Butler made a good play. The safety came in to help, and that time Conahy couldn't get turned around on his pattern to come back to the ball. He was still running parallel, which allowed the safety to come in and get a hand on it.
It's third down now and about 12. Chuck Fairbanks, the coach of the New Jersey Generals. Tim Brandt is on the sideline today on the Washington side, not the New Jersey side, because Chuck Fairbanks won't let us talk to his people during the ball game. Low it in, Tony Suber from Gardner Webb. 275-pounder. Nobody blocked him, and once he gets rolling, it's like a falling tree.
The defensive front 4 for the Federals, they're playing that 4-3. Unlike most other teams who have been playing the 3-4, have a lot of experience up there. Tony Suber with Coy Bacon up there play a lot of games, and that time they got in for the big sack.
So on fourth down and a half mile, New Jersey will punt it away. Greg Butler is a deep man. A bad snap. Dave Jacobs runs for his life, runs out of the end zone. He'll give up the safety. And the Washington Federals defense scores some points.
Chuck Fairbanks said going into the game that his special teams have not been playing well. They've made too many mistakes. Well, that time Jacobs couldn't get a handle on the ball, but he did compensate by doing what is a very, very smart heads-up move under pressure. Instead of just jumping on the ball or scrambling around, where the Federals would put him down right before the end zone there, he scrambles out of the end zone to prevent them from getting the easy touchdown. This way, they only get 2 points, and now they have the ball back in which they'll punt away. You see it right there. A low snap, scoots away from him.
Frank Naylor made the snap.
Dave Jacobs wouldn't have punted it too far, but he did the smart thing there, and it's the Federals' ball.
You're looking at a marvel of automotive design. Every part state-of-the-art. The powerful Pennzoil Penske IndyCar. Roger Penske built it for reliability. It takes the skill of Rick Mears' IndyCar champ to handle it. And when his engine's turning over 10,000 RPMs, he needs a motor oil engineered for reliability to stand the strain. Pennzoil motor oil for top engine protection whatever you drive. Protection you can rely on. Pennzoil.
If you're gonna run with the best, you've got to compete like a pro. That's when you squeeze your body for every ounce it's got. So when your body gets hot, thirsty, and slow, drink Squencher, the activity drink that's absorbed twice as fast as water in the first minute and has the winning taste that beat Gatorade nearly 2-1. Beat the squeeze. Drink Squencher, the official activity drink of the USFL.
Win with Squencher.
So it is 2-0 for the Washington Federals on the safety coming off the bad snap and the inability of Jacobs to handle it. He did the wise thing. He will kick it from the 1-inch tee. Hits it at the 20, and it's going to go to Mike Harris at the 28 of Washington. And Harris is across the 40, gets across the 45, and he is thrown down about the 47. So the Washington Federals' first possession, which will be quarterbacked by Mike Hohensee, will start at the 46 is where they put it down. Hohensee coming off injury from the second game, plus a severe bout of flu. Billy Taylor will be the fullback along with Craig James, the other running back. Joey Walters, Mike Holmes, the wide people. Bubba Diggs, the tight end. The tight end seldom sees the ball in the Washington offensive scheme of things. They're double wide to the bottom of the picture. Now they send a man in motion. That is Joey Walters. And the ball goes to Craig James, and James gets around the corner. And Craig turns it upfield before he is shoved out of bounds by Keith Moody, crossing midfield and goes down to about the New Jersey 45. The outfits in front for the Washington Federals, big people, are Jeff Seavey, Mike Horton, Brian Musselman, Dave Pasella, and Joel Patton. 240, 265, 255, 275, and 265. Jeff Seavey just came over, ex out of California, had 7 years professional experience. Bubba Diggs has come out. Vince Roguski has gone in to replace him at the tight end position. And they send Mike Holmes to the top of the screen. Mike Hohensee out of Minnesota, a rookie with Walters in motion. On second down and 1 after the 9-yard run by Craig James. They throw the pass out to James. James goes for his first down and he gets it as he gets to about the 43 of New Jersey. So they just swing it outside, trying to get James out there in a screen position.
When he got the ball, there were 3 linemen that were downfield, not really downfield, behind the line of scrimmage that were setting up to throw him some blocks, but he just couldn't take full advantage of it. That's the defensive unit for New Jersey lining up there. And your secondary for New Jersey. So just inside the 43 of the Generals, it's a first down for Washington. 2-0 on the safety. The Federals lead here in the first quarter of play. Again, James carrying the ball, cuts it back inside, crosses the 40, hammers to about the 38. And here's the big guy who made the big play defensively for Washington. Let's join Tim Brandt to talk to Tony Suber.
Cat was sacked 8 times last week. Tony Suber's got one in this game already. What are they doing out there, or what are they not doing?
Well, they're not picking me up. I'm just coming through the guard, tackle gap, and just coming in and getting after him.
Are you doing a lot of games up front? Are you playing some
stunts?
No,
we're playing it straight. Just playing it straight, and defense is working, so hope we can keep. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Gain of 4 by James. Second down and 6 from the New Jersey 38. And back goes Hohensee to throw. He's in trouble. And down he goes. He had nobody to throw to. Joey Walters had gone in motion and gone to the far sidelines, but he was well covered over there. And as James started searching for his secondary people, by that time, big Mel Lunsford had a hold of him.
That time, the defensive scheme worked perfectly. As you can see, a pocket of red shirts forming around him. With the receivers covered, he had to run. And when he ran, it was Mel Lunsford that slipped off his blocker and made the sack. And Mel Lunsford was farther upfield when he chose to run.
Well, The loss is back to the 43, a loss of 5. Third down and a little more than 10. Joe Gillum warmed up, and I think that's too much time. 0 showing on the 30-second clock.
Number 9 on the offense.
The officials, Bill Parkinson, the referee, Ed Manning, the umpire, Jack Pitkus, the head linesman, the line judge is Tony Viteri, Hunter Jackson, the back judge, and Buddy Ward, the field judge. And they've got to be happy in having this kind of weather. So Ray York now, seeing his team get the football in his first defensive possession, leading 2-0 in very good field position, has now seen a sack of his quarterback, a mistake in running out the clock, and the failure to find people downfield. And so here you are with third down and about 16. They've got 3 wide people in the ball game now, and Hornsey on a roll goes over the middle with it, and Joey Walters does not come up with it. The ball bounced right in front of Walters. The defensive man had fallen down. Walters was available, but by the time the ball got there, he just didn't have enough zip on it.
That was Mike Williams that he beat, and he just runs a deep out, and he's got Mike Williams inside, which is the wrong position for a cornerback to be in on that play. But Mike Hornsey threw it low, and Joey Walters just couldn't scoop it up.
Remember, Hornsey was hurt in the second game of the season against Los Angeles, cracked sternum, and he's got to be a little rusty. Dana Moore is in the punt now. The wind is not a particular factor. It swirls around inside the Giant Stadium. No pressure. Pretty good kick out of there is over the head of the deep man, bouncing near the goal line and into the end zone. And so the New Jersey Generals now will get the ball back, first down at their own 20, with Washington leading in the game by a score of 2-0. A 49-yard punt.
From Radio Shack, the TRS-80 Model 3. And at $200 off, it's a great value. Select from Radio Shack's huge program library to aid your children's education, plan your personal and household budgets, or to entertain with fast-action games. You can even learn to write programs. The TRS-80 Model 3, on sale for $7.99, only at Radio Shack and Radio Shack Computer Centers, the computer experts.
Now, Dodge offers more unique ways to get extra value in trucks. First, get the lowest rate going, 9.8% financing on most Dodge pickups. Or choose rebates up to $750 on a wide selection of Ram Tuck trucks. Plus, discounts up to $1,000 on specially equipped Prospector models. Only Dodge has the lowest financing or rebates, plus Prospector option discounts at your Dodge truck dealer today.
Dodge trucks are Ram Tuck.
An incredible triumph of human endurance, a 10-day bike race across the country. Plus, surfers attack the treacherous Bonsai Pipeline. ABC's Wide World of Sports, next.
New Jersey comes to the football, first down at their own 20, trailing 2-0. And they line up out of the I formation with Walker, the deep man. And Walker's got the ball. Bounces to the outside. 2 people after. Shakes one. Carried out of bounds. He picked up about 8 yards on the carry with Mike Guess, ex of Ohio State, taking him out. Walker came into this ball game with 128 attempts. That's a lot of carries.
That's a lot of carries. And here, coming again out of the I back, the same play we showed you at the top of our game today, where the ball is handed to Herschel deep in his own backfield. He starts to move to his left, then he breaks to his right, and he has no blockers out there in front of him. So if they're not fooled by that misdirection, then he's going to have a big welcoming party.
Herschel and his new bride, Cindy, will be featured in our USFL report today at halftime. Oh, boy. The Washington defensive people were there the moment Bobby Scott turned to give the ball to Maurice Carthon out of Arkansas State. They're lucky they kept the ball as Robert Barber booms in.
Defensive line just got a jump, and right there, number 90, he didn't have a chance to hang on to the ball. Before the ball was firmly in his grasp, he was hit, knocked down, and Bobby Scott alertly falls on it.
So there is a loss from the 30. There's a loss of about maybe a yard from the 29 back to about inside the 28. Scott's pass down the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. Just over the 40 for a first down. And it is Tweedy, Mike Tweedy, 6'3", 205-pounder out of Indiana. And Lee Corso's clears.
Just a nice little play-action rollout pass. He buys a little bit more time. You see they're getting some good blocking up front. Finds his receiver who just does a little comeback right on the sideline. And there you see a nice professional move. Both feet tapping in bounds. Mike Freedy.
So it's first down for the Generals at their own 40. Walker finds a little room up the middle this time. And he's close to a first down. Just short of midfield.
Keith, we talked a little bit earlier about Herschel Walker and running from the eye and reading. Here's a perfect example. He gets the ball, not a lot of acceleration, but just reading his blocking, weaving in and out up front, sees a little daylight, and he moves towards it. And when people start to grab Herschel Walker, then they know how strong this young man is. You won't bring him down with just an arm. Right there he's hit. Takes 3 people to bring him down.
Give him 9, down and 1 at the 49. Walker's got it again. Big crowd, cuts it back, gets the first down as he reaches the 46 of Washington. And he took a pretty good lick. Coming up out of the secondary, number 21, Doug Green, popped him. Benny Smith had a hold of him, and Benny Smith is becoming quite a story for the Washington defensive people. He's just 23, out of Missouri, 6'3", 250, and has grown steadily since he came to the Washington Federals. He started the season as a reserve, and now here he is starting.
Well, he's got all that potential, and he's got one of those old sages up front, Corey Bacon, to teach him a few tricks. He should grow quickly.
From the 46, a first down. As Scott goes back to throw. Has decent protection, but runs out of time. It had to be a short pattern. He was looking deep, and he just didn't have time to throw deep.
When Bobby Scott dropped back that time and he realized he was in trouble, watch Bobby Scott drop his head. Instead of looking for some place to run, it's almost like he's looking for a place to hide. Right there, he just, whoops, I'm in trouble.
Benny Smith, the first to get to him. Then comes McIntyre and Barber. And the loss is back to the 46. So it's a loss of 8 yards. Second down, 18 for the Generals. Washington showing a 5-man front now. Scott again on a drop. He wants to go deep, and his intended receiver is tangled up and falls down. Doug Green makes the interception, and Larry Brodsky was the man going on the post pattern. He got tangled up with Doug Green, fell down, and Green comes away with the ball. That is his second interception, third interception in 2 weeks.
This time, Bobby Scott gets great protection, and Brodsky is actually coming across on a deep crossing pattern, almost a flag, and he trips over Green's feet, falls down, and Green alertly, he stays up and makes the catch.
The 4th interception of the season for Doug Green. Timeout. Washington gets the ball back, leading 2-0 with 7:25 to go first period.
Spring's here. Time to shake off those winter blues and get your car back in shape. Let Napa help now during Napa Spring Car Care Days. You'll find fantastic values at participating Napa parts stores everywhere. Or head to your participating garage or service station and take advantage of these Napa Spring Car Care Days specials. Before you know it, your car will be raring to go. When the name is Napa, the standard is quality.
And I don't mind going to work because I know that the paint I'm using will make the day easier.
Benjamin Moore paint. The more you use it, the better you like it.
I came from a long line of painters. My grandfather was a painter. My dad was a painter. We used all different types of paint, and I've never seen anything work as well as Benjamin Moore is. It just sort of flows right on, and it stays where it's put.
Make painting easier. Talk to an expert. Your Benjamin Moore dealer.
Boy, I like this paint. I like this paint.
Sunday, Charlton Heston and Brian Keith are the Mountain Men.
Brian Millard, offensive tackle, helped off the field. Looks like he's banged up a knee. Big guy from Texas. They'll miss him. Lord knows they need some help in that offensive front. But right now, it is Washington's turn. From their own 25, Hohensee drops the football, picks it up, runs for his life, and gets thrown out at about the 19. Mike Weddington and Dana Noel were after him. Looked like he wanted to pitch it out to James, but never had control of it.
It looked like it was going to be an option play of some sort. I don't know if James was going to cut back or continue going to the outside. But Mike Cohen, he sprints for the outside instead of trying to find his way through some of the big people.
They mark it at the 19, where it is second down and 16. With the first quarter of play, Washington get the safety on New Jersey's first possession as the snap goes awry and the punter runs it through the end zone. Now they'll set it up over here for Billy Taylor. Good block to get Taylor upfield back to about the original line of scrimmage. Number 84, Mike Holmes, came peeling back, and he nailed Maurice Clemens with a block. Well, Clemens is yelling now at the official that he hit me below the waist.
Well, he hit him below the waist, and that's legal. What he was upset about is he thought it might have been clipping. But Mike Holmes, as long as he gets his head around in front, it's not a clip. And that's the kind of block you need downfield from a wide receiver because they make the difference.
I thought he had him right by the side. Looked legal enough to me. Let's see if we can see it.
And there's the catch. And you say 84 at the bottom of the picture right there.
That's a good block.
Now, he feels it was a bad block only because he didn't see him coming.
It's third down and about 9, just over the 25. As Sorensen puts it up, and it is incomplete. Threw that in the crowd. He's lucky to get it back. He threw it at Joey Walters. Mike Harris was on a fly down the sidelines and probably would have been the better choice. Whatever, New Jersey's defense holds up, and Washington now will have to punt it away. That's Thomas Lott going back. Averaging not much, just over 4 yards per punt return. Now Moody and Williams come back as the short people. Kick is out of there. Pretty decent kick. Lott's going to have some time with it. It gets anchored right at the point of reception and then is buried. Willie Holly was the man that anchored him. It was a 44-yard punt by Moore. 6:56 to go in the first quarter.
While America has been struggling with a new set of automotive values, these two cars have logged over 21 billion happy front-wheel drive miles. They're simple, rugged vehicles, easy to service, fun to drive. The resale value has been solid, and they're backed by a 550 protection plan. These cars are Dodges, Dodge Omni, Dodge Aries K. We at Dodge thought that as America enters the age of front-wheel drive efficiency, you should know where it all started.
Only Dodge gives you 9/8 financing or cash back on selected new cars and trucks.
This Bud's for everyone who's ready for the action when the whistle blows. For you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. For all you do. This Bud's for you.
Had it not been for Willie Holly, who anchored Thomas Lott's leg, Thomas might have had some room to run. But as it is, it turns out 31-yard line of New Jersey. Generals have the ball, and Bobby Scott's pass is in the air to the sideline. The pass is complete to the tight end, Victor Hicks, and hit the chalk at the 39. Picked up 8 yards.
Big Victor just didn't know where he was. He thought he had a little more room to the sideline, and had he not stepped out of bounds, he probably would have picked up an additional 7, 8, 9, 10 yards.
If Victor looks hefty to you, he is.
Very hefty.
6'3", 255 out of Oklahoma.
Got to tackle that man before he builds up ahead of steam.
Second down, long two. Walker. Head down, first down. As he gets up near the 44. Mike Guess and Jeff Brown. Guess at 190, Brown at 180, Walker at 220 plus. The Washington defensive front continuing to play straight away against Chuck Fairbanks' offensive people. They're not playing games right now. No looping. Just sticking their head in there and doing that kind of a job. There was just nothing that time there for Herschel Walker. Nothing.
That defensive line is playing him straight away, and Fairbanks' offensive line is, well, they're only going to straight block it. That is, you're just going to block the man that's right in front of them, try and drive him straight back off the ball, and Herschel, with that deep alignment in the eye, when he gets the ball, he'll have a little more time to see where the hole is opening up at and try and pick that open hole and run for daylight.
They give his progress a yard. I don't know how, but he does. Second down and 9. Todd Thomas has replaced Brian Millard at offensive tackle. Millard with a sprained knee. Apparently he's not throwing anything in it. We hope not. Good pass to the sidelines. Good catch made by Mark Slauson, number 85.
Keith,
good protection that time, too.
Keith, I like the game plan that they've come out with. Washington knows they can run the ball, but now they're just mixing up a little bit, and Slauson runs a good route. Look at that. 4 yards, he beats the man by. It's a 4-yard cushion, makes the catch for the first down, and then he's knocked out of bounds. And they're mixing up the pass and run very well now, throwing on first and second down as well as running the ball.
And a first down at the Washington 40 for Walker. Walker gets straightened up by number 59, Jeff McIntyre, and then old pro Joe Harris out of Georgia Tech comes in to really nail him. He gets 3 yards. Jeff McIntyre, out of Arizona State, 6'4", 235, had 3 years of professional experience. Of course, Joe Harris out of Georgia Tech came over to the Federals after 9 years of professional experience. Walker now 7 carries and 32 yards. Second down, 7. Herschel's got it. And coming up out of the secondary, Mike Guess, ex-Ohio State, takes the legs from Herschel Walker at about the 37. Whenever they're looking at third down and still about 7.
Whenever they run that misdirection play, when Herschel's back in the eye, it's going to be, the weight of stopping that play is going to be on the defensive secondary, especially when that defensive line pursues the flow of the play.
One other thing, too, that Walker has not run to his left at all today. Past statistics seem to indicate that he's more effective anyway as a right-handed runner. Here's Scott on the roll, getting some pressure from Barber. Bobby's trying to get it downfield to the marker, and he does for the first down. And then he dives in a hole.
That wasn't much of a dive. That time when Bobby ran, he saw that big man, knew he had to get the first down. He got good protection. I mean, a good block up in front. He's got all kinds of daylight. And watch him just right there. He says, just a little bit more, and he protects himself and falls down.
Well, considering the pounding that he's taken this year and the number of times that he's been sacked, I don't blame him. I'd get under the bench.
Last week, he took a survival course.
8-yard line. Clock shows 3:45 to go in the first quarter. New Jersey's most obvious offensive thrust so far in the ball game. They give it off to the short man, Carthen, the fullback out of the I formation. And Carthen pops his way through, crosses the 25. He's close to the 23. The Generals now have 6 first downs in the ball game. The Washington Federals, on the other hand, had only 1. From the 28, close to the 23. A little short of being a 5-yard pickup, so call it second down and 6. Walker, up the middle. He's at the 20 and just over the 20. So they'll need a couple of yards on third down for the first down. Here's Tim Brandt for a moment.
Keith, I know you mentioned that starting right tackle Brian Millard injured his knee. It is a strain. You can see that it's heavily taped and it is packed in ice. He's more upset with the way it happened than the injury itself. He thought he took a cheap shot from Coy Bacon. He will not be in the rest of the day.
I saw him hollering when he was helped off the field. He was hot at somebody. Third down and 2. Walker. I don't think so. Short. They'll bring the chains on. That affects the stopping of the clock at 2:17 to go. Pretty good plan by Bobby Scott, old pro. He sees the clock running, doesn't want to spend the time out, knows he's close enough to ask for the time, does, and he's a foot short.
Keith, this is where the New Jersey Generals have had problems in the last 6 ball games. They move the ball well from 20 to 20, and when they get close to the end zone, they tend to make mistakes. They have their problems. Last week, they had a chance to come within a point of Michigan. And on first down from the 6-yard line, they threw an interception. Now, those are the problems that will beat any football team. I don't care who you have in your backfield or what other problems you might have had getting to that position. As they line up now to go for it, 4th and 1.
It's Walker. Didn't make it. He didn't make it. He didn't make it. He stuck his head in the stack. Now, how many times did we see Herschel go over the top at the University of Georgia? Well, he chose that time not to go over the top, knowing full well early in the ball game he is going to get whacked by some of those big old rangy linebackers.
And you would think that he'd want to go over the top, but right there, he trips up really on one of his own men that really got blown off the line of scrimmage.
So the Washington Venerables stop the New Jersey Generals and take over the football with 1:59 to go in the first period.
Nice to see you again. Nice to be back.
Come to a Sheraton Showplace.
Sheraton, you've got taste.
You're gonna love every inch of the place. We've got taste. Taste the Sheraton Showplace style.
Taste Sheraton style worldwide on your next business trip. Call 800-325-3535.
We've got taste, we've got taste, we've got taste.
Sheraton, your style makes the difference.
When you buy a new car, you want to keep it looking new. And that's easy with Armor All Protectant. A scientific formula that took a polymer chemist 10 years to develop. It helps keep rubber, vinyl, leather, and plastic looking new. So even though you can't keep your car from getting old, you can keep it from looking old. Armor All. It's science, but it works like magic.
Get back in the groove. Enjoy life in the fast lane with bowling's high rollers. The professional bowler tour continues to hit the mark. Live this Saturday on ABC.
I'm a little confused, Swanee, about that particular formation that New Jersey used that time. They had Walker lined up short, never gave him really a chance to get into velocity, no momentum.
He had to come laterally to get to where he was. And had no momentum going over the top at all.
Craig James for Washington, trying to get to the outside. Turns it, came no place to go. That's good coverage over there. Number 59, Clemens, is a fellow who closed it off with Ray Kostick and Dana Noel applying the pressure. Noel, the cornerback, came up and did a very good job.
Strung the play to the outside so that Maurice Clemens could come up and make the tackle.
They marked the ball back at the 15, with Washington having stopped New Jersey just inside the 20. It's about second down and 15. Holmes and Walters to the wide people. Mike Hohensee, the rookie from Minnesota, loops it out here. It is caught. And the man who makes the catch coming out of the backfield, and it was a heck of a catch, Billy Taylor.
And there was a great pass, too. Mike Hohensee just lays this right up over Rod Schultz's back. Rod Schultz got his back. He can't see the ball. He's got to play the receiver's hand. And Billy, he's just running, stretching out. Last minute, he puts his hands up. Too late for Rod Schultz to make a play as he stumbles down at his ankles.
No big gain on it, but a good play nonetheless. Gain of about 6 out to the, well, gain a little more than that. He gained about 9 out to the 26. It'll be third down and 4. Owen's pass, incomplete. Taylor had gotten himself tangled up with Clemens, had given up on the pattern. Suddenly the quarterback threw it at him.
He just stood there. Mike was expecting him to continue to roll inside, and he threw the ball to that spot. But he didn't roll inside. As we see, Mike Owens, he gets great protection. Rod Schultz, number 56 out of Oklahoma, coming up on the outside.
Lockett hit him just as he turned it loose, but he had plenty of time to throw the ball. Plenty. Thomas Lott, the deep man now for the punt. With Dana Moore in to do the kicking. He's had kicks of 49 and 44. This is the third Washington punt of the first quarter, which tells you something about the ineffectiveness of their offense. No pressure. And again, a pretty good kick, but again, Lott has some room to run. This time, Thomas calls a fair catch.
He had plenty of room to run. He didn't have an immediate blocker in front of him, but had he caught the ball and sprinted right to his right side, straight to his right side, he would have done fair. He would have done well and picked up yards on that 39-yard punt.
A minute 34 to go in the first quarter. Coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, the Great American Bike Race and the Hawaiian Master Surfing Championship. The bike race is one of those things when you start off you think, well, so what? But as it goes on, it grows more dramatic and more dramatic and more grueling and tougher, and your respect for it grows. And it turns out to be quite a thing, and you'll enjoy it. Today on ABC's Wide World of Sports, as Scott goes deep over the middle, and it is incomplete. Double coverage on the single receiver, Mike Freedy, going downfield. Butler and Guess had him well covered.
They had him very well covered indeed. He tried to split him. He's inside. He's got great inside position on him. He's running down the field. There's a little contact there, not much. And now you see the 88 is Mike Freedy. Just as the ball comes down, both people go up. And there was a similar play that cost the Washington Federals the game against the Wranglers last week when they didn't touch the ball.
With the 98 yards.
The 98 yards.
Scott again back. That's about as far as Bobby can throw it. Oh, great catch by Conahay. Looking back into the bright sun, reaches high and comes down with it for a first down for the Generals at the Federals 45.
Tom McConaughey out of Central Arkansas has the best hands out of any receiver on this football team. And here he demonstrates his concentration, his ability to go up and make a great catch. He's a bit off balance, but look, total extension. So he goes up, hangs on to it, then turns around and picks up 4 more yards. He is a good one.
Washington now has totaled 22 yards of the ball game to 87 for New Jersey. Scott again going to put it up. That one's thrown a little high and a little hard for Larry Brodsky. If he'd have touched it a little bit, he might have had a chance to pull it down. Here's Tim Brandt again with Mike Hohensee.
Thanks, Keith. Mike, it's been 5 weeks since you've been out there, actually started. Do you feel rusty?
I feel a little bit rusty. My timing with receivers isn't quite what it should be. This week we only really had 1 day of practice out on the field because of the weather. So right now, I'm just kind of getting back into swing of things during the game.
Okay, Mike. Keith?
45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Second down and 10. Scott will put it up again. He's scoring some deep patterns. This time he goes short for Herschel Walker. Walker trying to find some help over there on the screen. Had one man, but then Tony Suber, as big as he is, just messed everything up.
He had one man out in front of him, number 58, Ken Hall, to give him a low block. And this is a good, consistent, control kind of play. He gets the ball on the outside with that block out in front. Now, if Ken Hall goes out and attacks somebody on defense, he gives an alley for Herschel Walker to run. That time, he more or less held him up.
The ball moves to near the 40 of Washington. And it'll be third down and about 7. First quarter's over. So time runs out after the first period of play with the New Jersey Generals and the Washington Federals. New Jersey holding the edge statistically, but Washington leads on the scoreboard 2-0.
There's nothing ordinary about a business trip when there's a Cougar waiting for you to test drive. Only Budget Rent-A-Car offers you a new Cougar for only $34.95 a day, even less on weekends. Test drive America's most exciting new car for only $34.95 a day, and we'll even refund the rental costs if you buy a new Cougar from your Lincoln Mercury dealer. You get more than just a car at Budget.
This Bud's for everyone who answers the call when someone needs help. Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
About 12 years ago, just after Honda invented the first ATC three-wheeler, we invented the second, and the first three-wheeler race was on. Since then, every major three-wheeler race ever run has been won by one machine, the Honda ATC. But that figures. Just look at the head start we had.
Follow the leader. on a Honda.
When a business grows, it often grows out of control. Simple procedures become gigantic problems. Things like billing, filing, and shipping become too big to handle the old way. Why not get one of IBM's low-cost small computers like DataMaster? It puts you back in control, and it can grow.
Here's to a great future.
As your business grows.
Number, I think, or set of numbers there in Lynch on would be time of possession.
And it holds true to form to what we said at the top of the show. 11 minutes and 34 seconds to 3:26. New Jersey moves the ball up and down the field, but as they demonstrated on 4th and 1, they stop themselves. They make mistakes after they get to the 20-yard line.
New Jersey now on 3rd down, and about 7 goes deep for Victor Hicks. It is touchdown. The big tight end got loose.
Victor Hicks. In the first game we saw the New Jersey Generals play against the LA Express, Victor Hicks was the #1 target for Bobby Scott. Bobby Scott getting hit just as he releases his ball to Victor Hicks, who sprints into the end zone 40 yards for the touchdown.
Jeff Brown, the cornerback, was the man beaten on the play. Where was Doug Green?
Well, in the last 6 ball games, the New Jersey Generals haven't made that many big plays. That's probably one of their biggest. But the Federals have given up big play. Game after game have given up the big play.
Going for 2. Got to go for 2. And Scott will throw. Gets it off. It is no good. Scott rolling to his right, looking for somebody to throw to. He didn't have anybody. He had 2 people over there. Nobody back across. Nobody to the left. Absolutely no option to the left.
Well, what he was just trying to do is nullify that 2-point lead that they have, and he rolled out. He had a receiver open and started to throw to him, but thought he had enough room to run. And then as he got closer to the sidelines, they covered the receiver, they came up on him, and he had nowhere to go.
Like he tried to throw the ball to Carthen, number 33, but Carthen ignored it when he came by.
Totally ignored it. The Washington Federals have given up big play time and time again. They gave up 2 last week, and right here, Bobby Scott has the right play called as he hit Victor Hicks for the touchdown. So that gives the Generals a lead, 6-2.
From the dusty deserts of Baja, through the sound barrier, the Budweiser racing teams always play to win.
Colt 5-door hatchback imported for Dodge and Plymouth. But we're not quite finished with it yet. All 5 doors. Room for 5. Front-wheel drive. High mileage, of course. But you just can't know that this 5-door Colt is lower priced than any 4 or 5-door Japanese import until you see the $55.99 base sticker price. Now we're finished.
The anti-shock sticker on Colt, a high-tech import. Imported only for Dodge and Plymouth.
Eusebio Pedrosa has defended his title more times than any featherweight in history. Now it's on the line against revenge-minded Rocky Lockridge. ABC's Wide World of Sports live next Sunday.
A 6-2 ball game in the second quarter of play as the New Jersey Generals strike on a 40-yard pass play to the tight end Victor Hicks. And Dave Jacobs will kick it off high, hangs it up there for Mike Guess. At the 1, retreats to the goal line, looks for a hole. And no, that is Eric Robinson. Eric Robinson, a rookie out of Indiana State. And he does not get much out of it. He came looping across the field thinking they might seal for him on this side. But when he got over here, he found nothing but trouble, and he's dropped at the 15.
first person he saw was Eric Johnson, number 28, who hit him so hard. Well, he bounced off of him, but it was enough to slow him up.
Well, the Washington offense hasn't done much, with Mike Hohensee coming off of the cripple list, getting back in action. He's hurt in the second game of the season. Joe Gillum played last week. Ken McClokin is the third quarterback. Ball is handed off to James, and James had no chance. None whatsoever, because James Lockett was in the backfield by the time James was given the ball.
He just came flying across that offensive line to make the play. I don't know what his assignment was on the play, but I tend to believe that he just kind of sniffed it out and just took off for it.
I think the New Jersey defense, which has played reasonably well all season, but they are really reckless today. They're coming. Washington has had only one first down so far. The only scoring is safety when Dave Jacobs couldn't handle a low snap and ran it through the end zone. 6-2 the score, because the New Jersey went for two and failed on it. Mike Hohensee back to throw now. Gets it off. Pass is good to James coming out of the backfield. And they call it an incomplete forward pass. And the crowd hoots on it because Keith Moody felt that he had possession of the ball. Let's take another look.
They've got 5 defensive backs in the ball game, and Keith Moody was just playing right to the outside, right there, hits him real good, puts a shoulder into him, knocks the ball loose, and they call it a fumble. I couldn't tell whether both feet were on the ground. Excuse me, incomplete. I couldn't tell whether both feet were on the ground. If he was in the air when he caught the ball and he hit him, it is an incomplete pass and not a fumble.
So now it is third down and 12 from the 13. And they try to run a little delay up the middle with James carrying, and there's nothing there for him. So the general defense certainly doing its job, and should get the football in very good field position now, as Washington will have to punt on 4th and 12. It'll be the 4th kick of the ball game for Dana Moore, and he's done well so far. His longest was the first one, 49, 44, and 39. He, of course, was with the Generals in the camp down at Central Florida University, where Lou Saban is the football coach. Thomas Lott is waiting up around midfield. This time the snap is good, and pressure's on. And Moore lucky to get it out of there. It's a high hanging kick, and it is out of bounds. And they'll mark it just over the Washington 45. Mike Williams almost blocked it.
He came close, but just wasn't close enough. Dana Moore gets off a good punt here under pressure. Right there, just a
right
tick,
through his arm.
just a tick from being tapped.
Timeout.
Decades ago, new vineyards appeared in the hills and valleys of California. The finest European varietal wine grapes began to flourish on the vines. And a new wine was born. A wine whose flavor, quality, and consistency were praised by critics throughout the world. Today, that wine is America's most preferred white wine. The Chablis Blanc of Ernest and Julio Gallo. All the best.
Oh, Ed, I think we need a bigger place. I better rent the truck.
It's easy to move yourself with a Jartran truck or trailer. Jartran vans even have automatic transmission and power steering.
Ed, don't forget the chair.
Right now, along with a low price, you get unlimited mileage on one-way moves.
Ed, dear, we're here. Ed. Oh, heaven. I must have forgotten.
Jartran, for long moves or short hops.
Canon's AE1 program is impressing a lot of people. For the pro photographer,
it's even more advanced.
And for pro quarterback Joe Theismann, it's even simpler to use.
Hey, Dad.
So now, more than ever, Canon makes it easy to shoot like a pro.
This Canon is super.
No matter how tough the shot, the program mode automatically sets the camera for the best possible photo. The Canon AE1 program. So advanced, it's simple.
Joe Gillum, who was the starting quarterback in the loss last week to Arizona, staying loose on the sidelines. I think we'll see Joe before the day's done.
I'd like to.
First down. New Jersey, Washington 46. Herschel Walker, sweep right. He sort of soft shoot his way through there and got it down inside the 40, just searching. He is not running with the abandon, perhaps, that he did as a freshman at the University of Georgia. He is not the kind of a back that is prone to suck his way in there and take the abuse. He's a searcher. Chicago leading Michigan second quarter on Corral's 26-yard field goal.
You know who he reminds me of, Keith? A guy who I had the pleasure of being a roommate of for 8 years, Franco Harris. He was always accused of not sticking his helmet in there, but he survived to be the third leading all-time rusher in the National Football League.
You throw your body into that grinder, they'll take chunks out of it. That time Walker does stick his head in, but again, it's not with the wild abandon that you see some running backs do.
There's a time and a place for it all, Keith, and when you're going up the middle trying to get the tough yard, you've got to stick your head in there or dive over the top. But if you're running to the outside and you see a whole bunch of people coming over and you know you can't get much more, why would anybody in their right mind want to stand there and take on one of those big cruisers of about 270 pounds?
Macho. Third down and 2. Walker sweeps it right, cuts it back, dives in there, and gets the first down as he crosses to the 34. So New Jersey nails down another first down, and they're just controlling the football. Here's Tim Brandt.
And I'm with quarterback Joe Gilliman. What did the coach tell you? Are you going in the ballgame?
He told me if we didn't get anything going in the last series, I was going to go in. So I'm waiting to get the word now.
Okay, and the reason you didn't start today is because of your leg injury Monday night. Is it all right?
Yeah, my leg in the back. Well, it's a little tight, but that's irrelevant. It's game day.
Okay, Keith.
Thank you, Tim. Back goes Bobby Scott, trying to hook it up with Walker, and no. Walker bumps heads with Greg Butler, and the ball ricochets away. The ball was catchable. It was laid right there.
The ball was catchable, and that's one of those plays where Herschel being open was because of the fact that number 85, Slauson, Mark Slauson running a deep route down the field to clear it out. But he didn't get it deep enough, as here you see Herschel Walker about to catch it, and Butler comes off of Slauson to make a hit. Right there you see him coming up again. He could have caught it, but he just didn't have that concentration, I guess.
Larry Coffey is in replacing Walker now after he took that lick, and Scott back to throw. Goes down the middle with it, complete to Hicks, and Hicks is going to be short of the first down. Number 92 came in, Benny Smith, and laid Bobby Scott out. Ooh, he stretched him as he released the ball.
Bobby Scott's going to get a little shaky if that keeps happening to him. Even though he makes the pass complete here, he's still taking these licks. It's difficult sometimes to make adjustments when you're used to seeing a three-man front. Now you see a four-man front. And that's one of the advantages that Washington has whenever they play anyone, because they're not accustomed to seeing those four down linemen right in front of them.
Third down and 4. It's Carthen. He's down to about the 25. Just depends where they want to mark it. It's close enough to probably go for it. They've marked him short of the first down, but it's not much. Less than a yard. Walker's back in. Coffey goes out. I like the way that big Carthen comes rumbling around that corner. He's a tough kid.
Yeah, and he's got one thing going for him. It's his strength, and when he gets ahead of steam, being able to drive for the extra yards. And right now, as they line up to go for the first down, the fact that their defense has been able to hold the Washington team allows them, I think, to take this chance here at 4th and 1.
Again, they're not in the eye. Walker's got the ball on a sweep this time. He's got the first down. So they elect to line up and let Walker sweep it. And he gets it. Herschel now with 15 carries and 56 yards.
That's a dangerous play in that situation. All it would take is for one defensive lineman to break through the offensive line, and he stops that play in the backfield. And in all due respect to Coach Chuck Fairbanks, I think a great deal of the fault of this team being 1-5 is within the coaching. Not taking full advantage of Herschel Walker and not adjusting this offense to a more productive system.
10 first downs now for New Jersey. Walker's got it again. And from the 20, he goes to near the 17. Ed Baxley, the middle linebacker, the tackle for Washington. The Washington offense has just been virtually nil since their opening possession. Craig James on a couple of carries able to pick up a first down. But starting Hohensee coming off the injured list, obviously rusty after being laid up for 5 weeks. And we're anticipating Joe Gillum in the ball game on the next series. New Jersey now with 157 yards, Washington only 20 yards. 8 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first half. Second down at about 7. Bobby Scott rolling out. Benny Smith's after him, throws the ball complete to Carthen. Carthen hits the sideline at about the 5. First and goal to go, New Jersey.
That is a real good play, but the great effort has to go to Maurice Carthen.
Penalty flag. Foul, Washington.
Bobby Scott, who rolled out on that play, had Carthen open, but he threw the ball just behind him. Maurice Carthen was able to get his body turned around to make the catch.
Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. Number 54 on the defense. First down.
Right there, he gets his body turned just enough and steps out of bounds. And that's where the penalty comes in.
They flagged him for hitting him after he was out of bounds. It's first down and goal to go. The ball is at the 3. Carthen, just a wall of humanity. The big Baxley there, Ed Baxley from South Carolina, in the middle of the stack. Some funny-looking play calling.
Some very strange play calling. Chuck Fairbanks, who had a great deal of success when he coached at Oklahoma, has had his problems before with the professionals when he coached in New England, and had some problems down in Colorado.
Reedy goes in motion. Scott gives to Walker. Walker dances around, goes to the goal line. Touchdown. The 6th touchdown for Herschel Walker. They're going to go for 2, looks like, again. And Victor Hicks holding on to his left knee, hurt on the play.
That would be a big loss for this New Jersey team if they've lost Victor Hicks. As we watch again the touchdown play, Herschel gets the ball here. He gets a great block right there. He's got a little bit of room. Again, another block downfield, just holding up that defensive line, and it's his power that puts him over the goal line for the touchdown.
Wayne Harris out of Mississippi State, one of those leading the play, but Hicks was involved in the melee. Hicks was handling Robert Barber, the big defensive end, and you see Walker now get right behind Victor there, and Hicks, look at Hicks, he's taken on 2 of them. He's a big horse, and he handles Barber very well as Walker cuts inside of Hicks, and somewhere in here is where he gets hurt. Looks like when Baxley rolled over the back of his leg. All right, it's 12 plays and 85 yards, and the impressive drive by New Jersey with 7:55 to go in the second quarter to take a 12-2 lead. And now they're trying to make it 14. Larry Brodsky's the man in motion. Scott rolls to pass. He's got Carthen, and it's good.
The same play they tried the last time, Keith, but this time when Carthen broke open, instead of hesitating, instead of trying to run it in, Bobby Scott threw the pass immediately, and Carthen makes the good catch, and he's hit by number 55, Joe Harris. Fake to Herschel, rolls to the outside. No hesitation that time.
And with 7 minutes and 55 seconds to play in the first half, the Generals now lead Washington 14-2.
Now, Dodge offers more unique ways to get extra value in trucks. First, get the lowest rate going, 9.8% financing on most Dodge pickups. Or choose rebates up to $750 on a wide selection of Ram Tuck trucks. Plus, discounts up to $1,000 on specially equipped Prospector models. Only Dodge has the lowest financing or rebates, plus Prospector option discounts at your Dodge truck dealer today.
Dodge trucks are Ram Tuck.
How about Michelob Light for the winners? Sure.
Oh, you're mighty thirsty.
Michelob Lights for the winners.
But a bunch of guys really go at it this hard just for a beer? Well, it is Michelob Light, and that means a rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Those guys could have beaten the Russians today.
You think they'd play us for a Michelob Light?
Michelob Light.
Making people work for welfare. Does it work? Monday, watch ABC's World News Tonight.
The New Jersey Generals, who are now in control of this football game in time of possession and on the scoreboard. The Washington offense has been relatively inept so far. They kick off by Dave Jacobs with Mike Harris and Eric Robinson deep. And it's going to go to Mike Harris at the 3. Well, the Generals are playing with some ferocity today. John Joyce came down with the hot man to make the play for New Jersey. And here comes jumping Joe Gillum.
Keith, don't mind me if I get a little bit nostalgic, because it was in 1974 against the Baltimore Colts at Three River Stadium. Joe Gilliam, wearing number 17 at the time, threw me for my first catch, my first touchdown in my professional career.
Gilliam to Swan, I remember it. Single back now is Billy Taylor. Gilliam comes in on first down. Washington, their own 18. Down 14-2. Quick pass to the sidelines, and he's thrown it away. Bubba Diggs, the tight end, had come out, and the ball just sailed away, and Diggs had no chance at it. Lockett again, however, had penetrated and had a hold of his leg. So James Lockett, big rookie out of Missouri, is busy out there today defensively for New Jersey.
Joe Gilliam helped him out a little bit on that play, Keith. He didn't drop back that far. He looked like he was favoring his injured leg and just didn't want to put too much pressure on it.
Billy Taylor, Craig James are the setbacks now as Gilliam brings them up. They put Walters in motion. Joe back to throw it. Shoots it down. Walters is out of bounds. He's out of bounds. Incomplete forward pass. It's pretty tough to come off the bench to be really successful in your first snap. Right, a little long here, didn't he?
Just a little bit. He tripped up on the grass. He didn't get his feet on him when he threw it, but nice looking pass, just too far out of bounds.
The one thing about it, though, is it makes his particular ball easy to catch, it seems to me, is he has such a tight spiral.
Always. Joe Gilliam very seldom ever throws a wobbly pass. Whether he's off balance, whether he's got his feet under him, he's one of the best arms I've ever seen.
Third down and 10. Washington has not converted a third down play all day. Pressure, and they blow him away. Richard Murray, James Lockett. Well, that's a fierce charge.
The fact that Joe Gilliam can't run very well is not going to help matters much for Washington. And watch him as he tries to get away here. You can see he's just not got any speed there as he takes the ball from center. And the rush just collapsed that right side of their offensive line and came in and sacked him.
Dana Moore will punt out of the end zone. It'll be his 5th punt. He's grown progressively shorter as the day goes on. Started out at 49. His 4th punt was only 33 under considerable pressure. They've got a man out there who's almost untouched. Let me block this one. The short man's got to pick him up. No, he got it out of there. But again, it was very close. And it takes a Washington, or rather a New Jersey about. Let me see here. Once. They're going to get one because it was so close. Now watch again.
What they should have done, Keith, is they should have brought their wide people in to block these people, because they had a rush and you could read it coming all the way. And he was just half an inch away from blocking the ball.
That was close. Pretty good kick of 46 yards with the roll.
When you stay at a big, fancy hotel, you pay for a lot more than your room. You don't need a fancy hotel to get a big, comfortable room. You can get one at Howard Johnson's, along with a big bathroom, an oversized bed, and a lot of personal comforts to make you feel good, all at a sensible price. At Howard Johnson's, we don't care about the fanfare. We care about the things that count most.
If you don't like the idea of paying big repair bills on your car, try being a farmer. A major engine overhaul on this little number could cost you $4,000 or $5,000. So farmers look after things right, like changing the oil and putting in a new Fram oil filter when they're supposed to. Even a big Fram filter like this doesn't cost much. Repairing this does. Believe me, farmers know the value of a dollar, and they'd rather pay a little now than a lot later.
An incredible triumph of human endurance, a 10-day bike race across the country. Plus, surfers attack the treacherous Banzai Pipeline. ABC's Wide World of Sports, next.
14-2 ball game here at Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands. With New Jersey now 178 yards in total offense. Washington, 9. New Jersey working with it as Bobby Scott drops the throw. Gets it off, penalty flag down, the pass is intercepted. And I would guess that penalty flag is a hold by New Jersey. The interception will obviously stand unless the foul is against Washington. Jeff Brown, 36, stepped in there to pick it off.
Well, he threw that flag in the area where they like to call offensive holding.
Holding on the offense, number 78. Penalties decline. First down.
So New Jersey turns it over one more time.
Well, they're giving the Washington Federals a chance to get back in this ball game. Both teams seem to hold true to form to what they've done in games past. Washington giving up the big play, and New Jersey making a lot of mistakes and turnovers.
Mark the ball at the New Jersey 49. And they're in the eye. Taylor short, James deep, Walters in motion, Joe Gilliam, the quarterback. James the ball, cuts it back in the middle and gets half a yard. Rod Schote, outside linebacker, an NFL veteran out of Oklahoma, came over to make the stop. Craig James is another one of those running backs that he's not particularly explosive coming off of his first step. But once he gets 2 steps under it, he's got pretty good quickness.
He's got pretty good quickness, and when he gets into a hole, he's got that extra low burst. You know, receiver has it going after the pass. Running backs are great ones have it, and they can get into that hole and burst right through it.
Hey, one thing, he may be the best punter in the stadium today. Gilliam's pass to the sidelines. Good to Walters. He's out of bounds. Some conversation on the sidelines, but you got to have 2 feet down and possession of the ball.
Well, let's give a little demerit here to Joey Walters. He is a good receiver, and he should know better. When he's that close to the sideline, he has to be very careful, take the precaution of making sure he taps both feet in. And this is a long pass and a good pass by Joe Gilliam. Right there, he's got 2 feet in.
He's got both feet down.
Oh my goodness. He had 2 feet in.
I don't see why Joey was complaining.
Yeah, absolutely. The official was in good position to make that call, and I don't understand
Look at this.
why he didn't make the call. Look where the official is. The official at the bottom of the screen has a perfect angle, and he blows the call.
He simply missed the call, that's all. Snap pass over the middle. Craig James, he's got the first down, looking for more. Downfield he goes inside the 30, down to the 26. So they get away after all and get the first down to keep the ball.
Some great running by Craig James there. He just runs a little pattern. You see him waving, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. He's been out of action for a long time. And watch him reverse field here. And then watch Eric James right there try and strip the ball loose. But Craig James holds on to it.
Penalty against New Jersey. And so the Generals now are, that's a big one. Getting Washington right back into the hunt. Here's the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 96 on the defense, first down.
James Lockett got a little exuberant that time when his penetration jumped all over Gilliam.
Let's take a look again. Joe is not that mobile, but he gets the ball away. Now, right there, no way there should have been contact.
No. Hit him very late. Now, you played with him. You know him well. How do you pronounce his name? You say Gilliam.
Joe Gilliam.
And yet it's listed in the pronunciation guide and other places, and for years I've heard it pronounced Gilliam.
Well, he always answered to Gilliam in Pittsburgh.
I meant to ask you that earlier today, and I forgot. First down for Washington at the 14. Penalty flag, that's going to hurt the Federals. James tries to turn the corner and can't do it. Mike Williams, the cornerback, up to make the play. It's against Washington. The Washington offense, James is 32 yards. That's going to, whatever there was there, will be erased with the penalty. The rest of the team, -3. Of course, it was James involved in the pass play that kept possession for Washington after the call had been missed on Joey Walters' successful play. 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first half.
On the offense, number 87, first down.
So it backs him up 5.
Keith, this is a great place on the field to throw the football. They've got about 30 yards to work with, if you count the 10 yards in the end zone. They put a lot of pressure on these defensive backs. One pass gets you a touchdown. I'd go for it anytime.
Holmes wide to the bottom of the picture. Walters to the top of the picture. They're going for Holmes. There it is. Touchdown, Washington. Holmes just curled right inside of Dana Knoll, and Knoll was never in the hunt.
When you get inside a guy man-to-man coverage like that, you can kiss it goodbye. Holmes, outstanding receiver in the Canadian Football League, comes off the ball. Joe just drops back. Watch him look up. He'll see him wide open. Nice little pass, a little touch on it. Doesn't have to overthrow it. Just real careful. It's a touchdown. No contest.
And so the Generals are right back in the ball game at 14-8, and they'll go for the singleton. Kenny Olson out of Salisbury State will kick out of Gilliam's hold. It is up. He missed it. How many extra points have we seen missed this season?
Too many.
You're right.
Just too many times. Well, they do get the 6 points out of it. Nice little move at the line of scrimmage to get inside. And it's history. Holmes is saying to himself that this is too easy. 18 yards and that touchdown.
Mike, incidentally, standing on the sidelines talking to a fellow that many of you remember named Terry Metcalf, who is a member of the Washington organization but works the sidelines doing interviews for the local broadcasts. You know, I think Terry Metcalf would still be playing too, Lynn, if he had not been involved as a kick returner. But when you return kicks for as many years as he has, it takes away something from you. You see the score in that Chicago ball game. There's Terry.
Yeah, he did a great job at it, and that's why they had him back there. But it takes its toll when you're back there on kickoff returns and punt returns. And Terry Metcalf, what a great ball player, good human being, and
but he was excited.
Oh, he was too excited. He played for the other team.
Yes, sir. 5:23 to go in the first half. Numbers on the Washington possession, and Joe Gilliam's got him in the end zone now to make it a 14-8 ball game, and Olsen missed the extra point. I saw no particular difficulty. He just simply missed it. It's a high hanger for Thomas Lott at the 9. To about the 22. Lott, of course, the great wishbone quarterback for Barry Switzer at Oklahoma. I'll take a look when he comes to the sidelines to see if he's back to wearing his bandana. He used to wear a bandana underneath his helmet when he played at Oklahoma. Todd Barry doing our spotting. Dave Burnson our statistics. Lynn Swan. Other than that, 5:14 to go in the first half. A 14-8 ball game. Here's the pitch. Comes to Walker. Herschel cuts it upfield. Oh, he's sneaky fast, and that little crouch that he affects when he turns it on you.
He is real fast. You know, he gets the ball deep in the backfield, and he just kind of waits. You see him, he's not running real hard now. Now watch this acceleration. Boom, he sees a hole, and there's more acceleration. He's the kind of back you always have to be careful of because he always keeps a little bit in reserve.
That's the first time, too, today that he has run the ball to his left.
We talked about that when they played the LA Express, the first game of the season.
In Philadelphia.
And we felt that Herschel Walker, all his big plays have come to the right side. And very seldom runs to the left. And because of his great talent, no one has been able to pick up on that.
Second down and 3 from the 29. Turns upfield, short the first down. Perhaps. He's close. Robert Barber made the stop. Barber, 6'4", 245, 7-year pro veteran, 30 years of age out of Grambling. One of Eddie Robinson's players. It's close enough for the measurement. Herschel Walker now, 19 carries and 70 yards.
Well, Chief, in talking about Herschel Walker not running to the left, I would really love it if Tim Brandt had the opportunity to go over and talk to him and ask him if he just likes running to the right or if there's a problem with him running to the left. But, of course, Chuck Fairbanks has not allowed this since the first game this season.
I guess Chuck's the only coach in the league who has vowed nobody talks to his players during a ball game, and he has been unwilling to compromise on it in any degree. So that's why Tim Brandt's working the Washington sideline. Rosette, Carthen the ball. Maurice runs it up the middle. And on first down, Maurice Carthen bangs in there for a good 5. And here's Tim Brandt now with Joe Gilliam.
Thanks, Keith. You lit him up Monday night. You did it again today. Tell me about the touchdown play.
Oh, we had a flow left, a 339 X-quick post, and he beat the guy inside, and the safety didn't get there. And it's a good grab.
That's Greek to us. Now, Lynn Swan and Keith Jackson were discussing your name. Is it Gilliam or Gillum?
It's Gillum, but it doesn't matter.
All right. Back up there, guys.
Aha! Ex-teammate, roommate, great pals, huh? You don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Well, he adds it to it every time I called him.
3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. New Jersey with the football, leading by a score of 14-8, and it's Joe Gilliam.
That's number 10. Hey, you.
That aboard, Joe. Get Swan straightened out yet. At 40. Third down and 2. Carthen. Oh, he's big and tough, and he's got the first down. Just 21 years of age, Maurice Carthen.
Of course, Dwight Sullivan had the starting job initially, but Maurice Carthen, a young man, has all that great potential, the better blocking of the two, and right there you saw the strength and power he had as he just bowled his way over for the first down. Hey, Keith, in Pittsburgh, we never used his full last name anyway. Just call him Joe Gilly.
At the 43, for New Jersey, Brodsky in motion. Scott rolling it out. Loops it downfield, and Victor Hicks is back in the ball game, having suffered a bit of a sprained knee, and I don't know if Victor's going to get up from that one. Oh my, I think he hurt the same leg.
Keith, I've been there too many times. There's number 44, Mike Guest, that came up and make the hit. The ball was thrown high by Bobby Scott on the run, and Victor goes up for it, gets chopped down, and when you roll over like that, when you get hit from behind, you don't have that much control. The most you can hope for when you're upside down like that is maybe to get an arm down to brace yourself so that you don't land with the full weight of your body on the back of your neck or on your head. At that time, it happens so quick. Watch and see how fast he rotates. He just spins around so quick, he has no chance to protect himself. And he hits on his back and rolls over on his neck, and I don't think it's his back or neck. It's that knee again.
Yeah, it is. Guess hit him right on that knee. And you hate to hide past you. You're hung out like a piece of laundry.
Yeah.
That ball's up in the air.
Yeah, you're hung out there, all right. I suffered 2 broken ribs and a couple of concussions that way.
These cornerbacks level on you, boy. They've got a big shot. So Victor Hicks helped off the field. That's 2 blows to that one knee now, the left knee. 4 catches and 73 yards for the big tight end. And we've come to the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes to go in the first half, with the New Jersey Generals owning the football first down and leading the Washington Federals by a score of 14-8.
Michelob Light for the winners this time, huh?
Oh, you enjoy being buried in the sand.
Michelob Light for the winners.
Would good friends really play this hard for a beer? Well, it is Michelob Light, the rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Michelob Light for the winners.
The sea, the sun, the sand.
The check.
The check.
It used to be easy to build a sedan for the American family. Just build it big. Now it's got to be big and small. Front-wheel drive is a must. So is fuel efficiency. This is the latest variation on that theme, the Dodge 600. Well stocked with advanced technology, backed by a 550 protection plan. But we at Dodge took one extra technological step. We made the Dodge 600 affordable. These days, that seems to be the toughest.
Robert Barber, the defensive end. I think one of the problems may be, and this can be a problem, where you perhaps are a little overly enthusiastic as New Jersey takes time out. But many, many times, Len, I see Doug Green, that strong safety, coming right up to support, and he comes so quick.
Well, sometimes you come that quick, you put yourself out of play. A little quick move by Herschel Walker can leave you 10 yards behind him as he accelerates down the field. But he's trying to come up and make the big play to stop him from getting downfield. And,
he is a hitter.
Yeah, well, when you take a chance, you're going to give up. You're going to give up something. You're going to leave yourself vulnerable.
All right, Scott has come to the sidelines and has his play from Chuck Fairbanks, and this is what we have for you today on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Coming up next, the Great American Bike Race and the Hawaiian Masters Surfing Championships. I remember some time back, I was talking to Larry Cam, who traveled across country, and Larry was talking about some of the adventures of doing that particular thing. It'd be fun to see it. The Great American Bike Race.
Keith, that's got to be exciting. Now that I'm not playing any sports anymore, I ride my bike in the morning, and I have problems riding to Santa Monica.
Oh,
but these guys
I'm going to nominate you for the race next year.
They ride 2,978 miles in this race.
Second down. 6. Scott back. To the corner for Brodsky. Great play by Washington. And who was it? Jeff Brown, 36. Oh, that's a fine play.
It was a fine play. It was a great play call. Bobby Scott's got him wide open, but he just lets the ball hang up there. It's a nice pass, just hangs up a little bit too long, and it gives Jeff Brown the chance to just come right in front. Larry Brodsky is the receiver on this play, and right there, if he could just slow up a bit, he helps himself, puts the defensive back in poor position to make the play, but he didn't.
Third down and 6. Scott deep drop, gets it off, and it is incomplete. And boy, you talk about a mismatch. Joe Harris, a linebacker with 9 years of experience on those legs, having to cover Herschel Walker. Help
me make it through the day.
That's just a bad pass here by Scott.
It's a bad pass. Herschel has him in good position. He's got his back turned, so there's no way Harris can make the play. And the ball just hits him on the backside.
Yard field goal try coming up now for Dave Jacobs, and Jacobs 4 out of 7 on the year. The snap, the hold, the kick is good. So with 1:20 to go in the first half, the New Jersey Generals unable to stick it in the end zone for 6, go for the 3, and they lead the ball game 17-8. But now Washington's going to have 1:20 to work with.
Well, even in this league where we've seen so far that there is no kind of kick that is guaranteed. Dave Jacobs comes through for them and increases their lead. Right now, he'd just like to get one deep in their end zone and with no return.
Those look like refugees from the old Symphony at Ebbets Field, don't they? The USFL report reports on other leagues around the league and first half highlights coming up at halftime. And Frank Gifford will have the other scores for you. Plus some highlights, as he indicated, from last night's ball game in which Philadelphia defeated Oakland 17-7. And Elvin Bryant had another big night. So Jairo Pinaranda, I'm told, fumbled the football in the end zone. Would have been a touchdown for Oakland. Been closer. Dave Jacobs out of Syracuse. Not too big. Only 5'7", 155 pounds, but like so many of the smaller players, your Tony Franklins, your Trouts, and those kind of people, smaller, they get such tremendous velocity.
He's 5'7", and his leg is 5'5".
That's right. And weighs 400 pounds by the time he hits the ball. It's amazing how much velocity they extend into the football and how fast the ball travels for the first meter after they hit it. They did some wind tunnel tests on it. It's over 100 miles an hour. That's Mike Harris. Dribbled it once and comes up with it. And a whack as he comes up to about the 24. So, not bad field position. John Joyce the tackle. And Joe Gillum now will come out and see what he can do about getting Washington on down the field.
On that kickoff return, number 39, James Mayberry, backup running back, was a man responsible for putting on a good block out there so he could pick up about 5 or 6 yards.
That's the time remaining in the first half, and of course in the USFL, as we've explained many times, the thing to keep in mind, they get a little more time here because each time a first down is recorded, they apply the college version of football rules and stopping the clock to move the chain. Give him back to throw it now. Oh, he's got a man, and the pass is complete up near the 30. It's Billy Taylor coming out of the backfield. Short gain on the play, but nonetheless, coming into before Gillum came into the ball game, Washington had not picked up a single yard on first down. So they've broken through that on second down and a long 4 now. Pass again, thrown to Craig James coming out of the backfield, and it is incomplete. And once again, the New Jersey defensive front people stretch Joe Gillum. He's flat of his back, but he bounces up. Ray York walking the sideline.
Craig James didn't look like he had very much intensity going up for that pass. As New Jersey journalists have their prevent defense in with 5 defensive backs trying to give themselves a maximum coverage on their people. And James might be a little bit tired. He hasn't played much, just coming off that injury. So he just may not have all that conditioning he needs to play a full game.
49 seconds to play in the first half. Federals have all of their timeouts remaining. The pressure's on Gillum. He gets it off. He was looking to set up a screen pass, but there was nobody there. Where was the back supposedly involved in the screen?
Well, the back was either going the wrong direction or just got caught making a block. Right there, I think the back
got buried.
Got buried. Gilliam alertly just gets rid of the ball as he takes the pressure. But
now let that go on and watch what he does. I don't know if you had it or not, but he rolls all the way over, does a handstand, and flips up as if to take that, you big galoot.
Well, Joe Gillum does not want anyone to know when he's hurt.
That's right. 4th down as Washington's ineffective, and they'll have to give up the football now with 43 seconds remaining in the first half. And in the punt is Dana Moore. They knock him down. He got a flag. He got a flag. So New Jersey has been so close on 2 occasions to blocking a punt. They were close again, except this time they ran over the punter.
And he alertly fell down to...
They made pretty good contact. I might have nicked him just a tad here. Watch.
And he goes down.
That's Mike Weddington, 52.
Running into the kicker, personal foul. Running into the kicker, number 52 on the defense. It's a first down.
I always thought that they sent punters and kickers to drama school to teach them how to get the most out of contact.
When your shoulder hits, arch your back as you roll over to imply great pain, right? It's a first down, another mistake by the Generals. 36 seconds to play. Gilliam puts it up, and it is thrown behind Mike Holmes, incomplete. with New Jersey dropping back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people playing prevent defense. Deep zone coverage.
That's 5 defensive backs and 3 linebackers and 3 people rushing, trying to maximize that coverage. The last pass play, again, New Jersey had good pressure on Joe. Joe got the ball off a little bit earlier than he wanted to, and Joey Walters, or excuse me, Mike Holmes, number 84, just didn't turn around in time.
Why not double up Holmes and Walters on the same side and see what happens? But we're going to split here as the pass goes over the middle for Walters. Incomplete. Keith Moody came up and separated him from the ball, and Joey had his hands on it.
He had his hands on it, and when you send a receiver out there in that zone, Moody back making the play on that, breaking up the play that time. When you send that receiver down in an obvious passing situation across the middle like that, defensive backs' eyes light up.
Walters is hurt. Timeout for the injured player. Gillum has now missed 4 in a row. Washington spins a timeout with 25 seconds to go in the first half.
We're talking about Keith Moody just a second ago. Now watch him make the play here. See Holmes at the bottom of your picture. He's going after number 87, Joey Walters, and he touches the ball right there, just knocks him down. Now, I think he wanted to intercept that ball, but Walters got his hands on it and prevented him from coming up and stealing it. And
it's hard to tell how he is hurt. It might conceivably be a hip pointer. He seemed to come down rather awkwardly on his left leg. Oh, no, I see what happened. He hit him right there in the thigh. That's where he's hurt. And the collision.
That left leg is awfully limp for Joey Walters. Joey Walters, their primary target, #1 receiver on this ball club.
He is walking off the field and then collapsed on it. So came down pretty hard and took a lick from the defensive back as well. So it's 3rd down and 10 as they examine Walters on the bench. And Joe Gillum back to put it up. Gets it off short. Billy Taylor. Taylor turns it back inside. And they wind up with little to nothing out of the play as Terry Daniels, cornerback, played it well. And it'll be 4th down.
Played it extremely well, had him pinned in so he couldn't get out of bounds, and Taylor probably should have just struggled and made that his #1 priority after he caught the pass and realized he couldn't pick up any more yards, but reversed his field, came inside, and actually lost 2 yards on the play.
With 4th down and 11 seconds to play in the first half, New Jersey now takes a timeout. And here's Tim Brandt. What's the story on Joey Walters, Timmy?
Well, Keith, you were absolutely right. He took a shot to the thigh. It is a contusion, and he's in a lot of pain right now. They're going to try to ice it down at halftime, get that cold into that muscle, and try to loosen it up so he can come back the second half.
Okay. At least it's not a bad sprain or something like, or a hip pointer, which can really tie you up.
You see that play right there? He just gets that knee right there in the thigh. And, oh, those babies hurt. But when you put the ice on it, it'll stiffen up the leg, Keith, and make it a little difficult for him to come out here and play.
Ice to control the swelling, the heat to loosen it up, but you don't have that much time at halftime to work with it. So on 4th down, Dana Moore is in to punt. Last one, with a little roll, was a 46-yarder. Thomas Lott is deep. Gets it out of there. Oh, that's a dandy. That may be the best kick he's hung in the air since he joined the Washington Federals, and it tumbles out of bounds as it curls back upfield. That was a high-hanging 45-yarder. And you've got 1 tick remaining on the clock. Not the dog, but the clock.
On the clock. Well, if he could have hung it up there for 1 more second, we'd be into the half.
Good go, Danny, baby. Great kick. 45 strong. Stay with me.
It'll be New Jersey's football, just short of the 18, with New Jersey leading by a score of 17-8. And they just run it off. So the first half is over. 17-8 one as Bobby Scott hits Victor Hicks on the touchdown play here of 40 yards. Scott's averaging right about 16 yards per completion.
And that's a great average to have. Anytime you can complete get over 8 yards per completion, you're in good shape. And that time Hicks got downfield on the pattern, and he beats Brown of the Federals, gets inside, sending the contest. And Bobby Scott, under constant pressure throughout the game, gets off a real good pass to Victor Hicks, who is out of this game with an injury at this point.
The second touchdown for New Jersey was scored by Herschel Walker, who's having a pretty good day. Herschel's carried the ball 21 times, and he's picked up 77 yards in the first half.
He is the heart of that offensive unit, and he shows his power on this play as he just gets some good blocking up front, then bullets his way in for the touchdown.
And it was on this play that Victor Hicks suffered the injury to his left leg. Washington with Joe Gillum at quarterback, replacing Mike Hohensee, finally got one in the end zone. We'll take a look at that from two angles.
Joe Gillum has a strong arm, but he also has superb touch. Here, Mike Holmes gets wide open, and he doesn't want to overthrow it, doesn't want to take any chances, just takes a nice soft pass and lays it into him. Quick little move off the line of scrimmage, misdirection, and inside, and he's free.
I was talking to John Ralston last week after the Oakland-Boston game. We were on the plane going back to the West Coast, and I asked him about the cornerbacks that you and I know both feel that that's one of the basic areas of weakness in the USFL. And John said the Lord just didn't make very many of those.
You don't make great football players, great cornerbacks every day, and it is a weakness. When you have a great cornerback, a great safety, that allows the defense to do so much more because that one person can play a receiver man-to-man, can play that top receiver and give that secondary more flexibility.
John did add that most of them are in the NFL.
Mel Blunt's one of them.
All right, 17-8. We're about ready to go with the second half of play here at Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands, New Jersey.
Channel 10, WPLG TV Miami.
Joe Gillum warming up for the Washington Federals, and they need him because the halftime stats are really lopsided in favor of New Jersey. Particularly in the time of possession, and particularly, I think, in the first down plays, which are most meaningful in the football game, and especially having to do with the time of possession, you can see that New Jersey is a big, big edge in time of possession. That's fundamentally because they're averaging well over 4 yards on the first down play. Washington just barely over 2.
And for the first time in all their ball games, they have a lead to go along with the great stats, which is the most important category.
A lead of 17-8 as New Jersey Boy, I tell you what, you've seen Charlie Schultz peanut cartoon or comic strip over the years when Charlie Brown comes in and wails away at the ball and misses it. That was almost a circumstance. The ball rolled off the tee just as Dave Jacobs, but he didn't follow through on it. He saw it just in time. Otherwise, little David might have wound up flat of his back and no air in him.
He would have wound up with that leg sitting on top of his shoulder, hyperextended.
Oh, boy, you can really stretch it. Now they'll hold it. With Mike Harris and Eric Robinson deep, and Jacobs, David got all of it. A yard deep in the end zone for Mike Harris. To the 20.
Mike got some pretty decent blocking up in front of him there. That wall just laid a couple people on their back as he got right in behind it and just tripped over some of the people strewn about the ground there.
Updating the score between Michigan and Chicago. Panthers having gone out in front by a 10-6 score with John Williams taking it in from 31. That'll be a pretty good-sized upset if Panthers hold on. All right, Joe Gillum with Joey Walters in the lineup. He's in motion, so he shook off the injury to the left thigh, and they hand it off inside to Billy Taylor. And Billy gets the better part of 5 yards as he just comes right on up the middle. Billy, of course, played here in this very stadium for the New York Giants. Here's Joey Walters going back to the huddle.
And Joey has to be playing with just a little bit of pain on that thigh right now, and We'll see if he's able to continue to run the routes and maintain what he has shown is excellent concentration.
Second down and 5. And Craig James brings it up near the 30. And close to a first down. The ball seemed to be loose as James went down, but retains possession. And he will be very close. He's just short. They're going to mark him just short of the first down. Third and a half yard.
They're going to have a problem with time getting this one off quick enough.
Yes, they are. They're now down to 13. Bubba Diggs is late getting in there with it. 7. Fumbles the ball. Gillum fumbled a snap. I think he might have peeked at the clock to see how much time he had. The ball came. He wasn't ready for it. And the fumble cost them the first down opportunity, and now they'll have to punt it away. It's been a tough day for the Federals. The defensive charge of the front people from New Jersey have added considerably to the agony of the day, but see that Joe just never got out of there with the ball.
Not that time, and ends up on his back.
It'll be the 7th punt of the ball game for Dana Moore. And his average is up for a little over 40. Thomas Lott is deep. 9-point lead for New Jersey. And they'll probably have pretty good field position unless Moore really kills one or Lott doesn't handle it clean. No pressure to speak of, not a particularly good kick. He kicks better with the pressure. Lott back up field across the 40 and stopped at the 42. It's only a 31-yard punt for Dana Moore. And so at 12:05-2 of the third quarter, New Jersey gets its first possession of the second half.
Baby, you're the best. And I'm going to keep you that way.
Keep your car running like new at Sears Spring Car Care Sale. Save 50% on Sears Dynaglass 32 belted tires, warranted for 32,000 miles. Save $15 on Sears 45 battery, only $39.99 with trade-in. Save $7 on Steady Rider shocks, only $14.99 plus labor. Warranted as long as you own the car. At Sears Tire and Auto Centers, we install confidence day and night. Sears.
I make double what my father made, and I've got less to show for it.
People need help with their money. They need straight talk and simple answers from someone they trust. That's why Sears created the Sears Financial Network with Dean Witter Investments, Coldwell Banker Real Estate, Allstate Insurance. They're ready to serve you now in their own offices. The Sears Financial Network. Trust us to make it work for you.
Eusebio Pedrosa has defended his title more times than any featherweight in history. Now it's on the line against revenge-minded Rocky Lockridge. ABC's Wide World of Sports live next Sunday.
New Jersey with the football just short of their 42.
Some happy fans there.
They go to work. Pretty good crowd. Pretty good size. Give it to Walker and a couple of yards for Herschel. They're very lucky. Sam Bowers turned up field that time before the snap, but he got away with it. Right now, let's check in with Tim Brent.
Keith, you know Joey Walters was hurt in the first half, and they need him badly. How is the leg, and what happened?
Well, I got a knee in the thigh, and that's kind of painful thing. Direct hit there, and hopefully I'll be able to play and keep it stretched out.
Seems like you guys are snake bitten. You fumble the ball here on a 4th and 1 situation.
I don't know. We're going through a few tough times now, but hopefully we can put it together and be able to come out this thing victorious.
3rd and 1. Back up to you, Keith.
Bobby Scott back to throw. Goes sideline pattern pass picked off by Jeff Brown. Jeff Brown stepped in front of the intended receiver and came away with his second interception of the day.
A very, very good interception by Jeff Brown. The receiver on the sideline. He just took the angle away from him. You see it coming up right here. Now watch, he'll break to the outside. Now he'll just come right in front of him. He's driving harder than the receiver back to the football. He gets it, and he steps out of bounds.
And so, The third turnover by New Jersey. Third interception of Bobby Scott.
Vitalis says it's true. A man has to keep himself under control.
I just told him something shocking, but it's under control. First mate Phillips, the lifeboats are full.
But I'm under control. The Vitalis pump gives your hair the control you want. It's America's leading men's pump. Vitalis sells more than all others combined to give men a terrific natural look. I'm under control. Use Vitalis, America's best-selling men's pump, and you'll say, I'm under control.
While America has been struggling with a new set of automotive values, these two cars have logged over 21 billion happy front-wheel drive miles. They're simple, rugged vehicles, easy to service, fun to drive. The resale value has been solid, and they're backed by a 550 protection plan. These cars are Dodges, Dodge Omni, Dodge Aries K. We at Dodge thought that as America enters the age of front-wheel drive efficiency, you should know where it all started.
Only Dodge gives you 9/8 financing or cash back on selected new cars and trucks.
Get back in the groove. Enjoy life in the fast lane with bowling's high rollers. The Professional Bowler Tour continues to hit the mark. Live this Saturday on ABC.
Washington trailing by 9 points. Gets the football on their own 43-yard line after Brown's second interception of the ball game. And Joe Gillum brings him up now. Craig James, the deep back out of the eye with Billy Taylor, the short man, and Joey Walters going in motion. And they give it inside to the fullback, Taylor. And Taylor's got about 3 yards. Second down and 7 coming up. Denver and Birmingham playing today. It's in Birmingham. And the Denver Gold taking a 6-0 lead in the first quarter on Bo Matthews' 15-yard run. That Denver Ball Club is a pretty good football team.
They are a good football team, and I think the strength of that team is in their defense. They've always been in close ball games, have never been behind. As we take a look at a defensive specialist for as long as Methuselah was around, Corey Bacon.
Second down and 7 from the 46. Gillum back to throw, has a little time, gets it off to the sideline, and the pass is caught by Mike Holmes. And it is good for a first down. At the New Jersey 43, he caught it right in front of the cornerback, Mike Williams.
And again, Joe Gillum ends up on his back as he faces a lot of pressure. We'll see the pass play once again. Nothing real fancy. Holmes just down and out, coming back to the ball along the sidelines.
Williams really giving him a big cushion there of about 7-8 yards, though. It's too much.
Too much cushion, but just enough as Joe Gillum gets the ball away and gets back to a familiar position.
And first down, Washington at the New Jersey 43, trailing by 9. Inside goes Billy Taylor, breaks it. Big run for Billy. Right about the 30 before they get him down. And that'll be another Washington first down.
That time they just took advantage of great offensive blocking. The center blocks the nose tackle out. Number 53, Brian Musselman, just blew him away, and Taylor went upside for the quick play into the secondary before they knew what was going on.
Billy out of Texas Tech down in Lubbock. Joey Walters goes in motion. Taylor inside again picks up pretty good yardage. He had a pretty fair-sized event yesterday down in Lubbock as hometowner Robin Blake won a very big fight in his young professional career against former amateur teammate Ruben Munoz. Blake stopped him in the last round. We've been kind of laughing all along at people saying, how can you play football in the spring? And of course, you and I have toured around the country. So I play baseball in the snow. Why can't you play football in the spring? Boy, they had some snow yesterday in Milwaukee, didn't they?
Oh, too much.
Flakes as big as a saucer. Penalty flag thrown as Craig James sticks his head in the stack on second down and 7. And that flag came from the umpire. And that very often means offensive holding. It's going to go against Washington. One, two, three, four, 5.
Procedure.
Illegal motion. Number 75 on the offense. Second down.
Interior lineman Mike Horton moved on the play. Penalties now. Washington's been flagged 4 times for 18 yards. New Jersey twice for 20. And 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter with New Jersey leading Washington 17-8. Federals now second down, a little more than 11. Looks like New Jersey had a mind to blitz, but call it off. And good thing, because they send Taylor around the end, and Billy just keeps dipping in, weaving out, and picks up a first down.
And the man who gets Keith Moody makes a tackle, but the man who gives him the key block to get to the outside is number 84, Mike Holmes. Receiver got to the outside, got good position on the cornerback, and when Taylor came to the outside, just used that block and picked up the first down. As you see it right here, little misdirection play. Right there, Mike Holmes, 84, blocking the cornerback. He dips, comes out, uses his strength, and goes out of bounds, but not until he picks up the first down.
The football is marked inside the 20 at the 18. Taylor now 5 carries and 39 yards in the ball game. Joey Walters going in motion. Looks like he's moving pretty well. They give it back to Taylor again, and Billy's down to about the 15. Now let's check in with Frank Gifford.
The Michigan Panthers have found a running game. They're getting good yardage from John Williams. Now watch as Ken Lacey, the rookie from Tulsa, explodes on a 9-yard touchdown run. Lacey and Williams, a good running combination for Michigan. The conversion was good. Michigan leads Chicago 17-6. They're playing in the third quarter. Back to you, Keith.
The Panthers finding some offense today, huh?
Oh, well, we continue to see surprises as Chicago is not as dominant as we thought they might have been.
No. Tampa Bay and Philadelphia are your dominant teams right now. There's a whistle stopping it. Stopping it on second down at about 7.
False start. Number 75 on the offense.
Referee Bill Parkinson defining it with 8 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the third quarter, and that'll back Washington up 5.
You don't need these kind of penalties when you're so close to a scoring opportunity.
Instead of third down and 7, they'll be looking at
just getting a little antsy. Mike Horton in there and wanting to get the play moving.
Second down and 12. Ball is back on the 20.
They threw it from about here last time for a touchdown, and Joe Gillies behind center. He loves to throw.
Walters in the corner, out of bounds. Joey went in motion, came outside, back in, back out, and 2 people picked him up. I'm a little surprised that Mike Holmes didn't continue on down on a post pattern, but Mike broke it off.
I don't understand why he did. That particular time, let's give Joe Gilliam a little credit. He's under a great deal of pressure, and it was number 71, Tom Woodland, that came in and put the pressure on him. But Joe alertly got the ball away, but he just didn't throw it so far out of reach that his receiver could not have made a try for the ball, even though it was out of bounds.
So it's third down. Washington has converted once in 9 tries on third down. Go back to put it up. Gets it off on a sideline route, and the pass is incomplete. He tried to drill it to Walters, and that time Mike Williams was with him, step for step.
As he signals to the crowd, that was me, I made the play. He's getting good pressure on him. Or he's in perfect position to intercept the ball, but Joe throws a pretty hard pass. And in most cases, if the receiver's around and gets a hand on it, he can knock it away from an aggressive defensive back like Mike Williams, and that time Mike was only able to get a hand on it.
Ken Olsen is in for the field goal now. He has missed the extra point earlier in the ball game. It's a 37-yarder, and it is out of Gillum's hole. Hits it straight ahead and missed it to the right, and a penalty flag goes down. I think maybe we've got a penalty coming up as Dana Noel of Minnesota came flying in and roughed the kicker.
Exactly what happened. He got the ball off. His leg was upright. Finishing position after the kick, and Dana just came in, made the hit.
Personal foul. Running into the kicker, number 37, first down.
Right in here, he's hit. He's still driving. He dives forward, misses, and right there, Jacobs got his foot extended there. He's hit.
When you're blocked into it, it's not a foul. Was he not blocked?
Well, he was blocked, but I think it was he who jumped into the air intentionally to make a play for the ball.
Breath of life for Washington as they get the first down, handed off to Taylor inside, and Taylor's muscle is good for 2, maybe 3 yards in that stack. The penalty, putting the ball down at the 15 for the first down, a couple of yards on it, 2nd down and 8. And the tight ends are carrying plays from the sidelines for Ray York's ball club.
Well, Keith, with the ball lying on the 12-yard line, the score is 17-8. They score here, make a 2-point conversion. It's a 17-16 ball game.
They're going to throw. He puts it up, and it's intercepted by Moody. And Moody runs it out of trouble. My goodness, the pass should not have been thrown.
It was a bad pass, Keith, that he had a receiver who was wide open, and Joe was leaning back to throw, and he just put too much touch on it, didn't put enough power into the ball. The receiver is wide open behind Moody, and you can see it just falls way short, right into Moody's arms, and he just takes it off and gets as much as he can, steps out of bounds.
Gillen was intercepted 4 times in the Arizona ball game last Monday night.
You can see right here the ball is intended for number 83, Vince
Roguski,
and he's open behind.
Thinking about buying a computer?
Well, yes. I think I really need one.
You need more than just a computer. You need a computer center.
You'll find TRS-80 computers in Radio Shack stores nationwide, as well as in over 400 Radio Shack computer centers, like this one. Each with trained experts to help you select the right TRS-80 model for your home or your business needs.
I'll need software and training.
We'll help you choose the right software. Radio Shack has more ready-to-run programs than any other computer manufacturer.
And we'll teach you and your staff everything you need to know about TRS-80 computers.
I may need assistance or service later.
If you have any questions about your TRS-80, you can always call your customer service representative.
And we'll maintain your computer at our center or on your premises.
You're right. I need more than just a computer. I need a Radio Shack computer center.
With over 400 computer centers coast to coast, we are the computer experts.
Wednesday.
That's not good enough.
A crack up under pressure. Ryan's 4.
Coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, the Hawaiian Master Surfing Championships and the Great American Bike Race. Cross country from the Santa Monica Pier to the Empire State Building.
Not much of that Santa Monica Pier left after the California storms.
You're right. Herschel Walker carries on first down from the 16. And they give him to the 21. That's about 5 yards for Herschel with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. New Jersey leading by 9. As Keith Moody intercepts Gillum on the goal line.
Big play for the defense. Takes the ball away from them. They don't get a chance to kick a field goal, come away empty-handed, and they maintain their 9-point lead, which they are desperately trying to increase.
2nd down and 5. Give it to Carthen. And Maurice is close to a first down before Jeff McIntyre and Tony Suber can wrestle him down.
Keith, based on the first half statistics, it's going to be awfully tough for the Federals to come back in this ball game. The time of possession was 9 minutes compared to the 20 minutes that New Jersey had the ball. So in order for them to get back in this ball game, they're going to have to get some takeaways, cause some fumbles, intercept some passes, sack the quarterback, and get back on the roll.
Carthen, big hole, big run. Another first down for New Jersey.
Now that offensive line is doing a great job. Number 79, Coy Bacon here, just gets blown away. He's double teamed. He's hit just a bit by number 78 and then cleaned up by the guard inside.
Has the Washington defensive unit become more permissive? Or is this New Jersey offensive front playing better than I've seen them play?
Combination of the two. I think they're a little fired up because Chuck Fairbanks is not happy with their performance.
Well, they haven't performed well. Again, it is Carthen carrying the ball on first down from the 38. And once again, he's in there for close to 5 yards.
Since the beginning of this ball game, the New Jersey team has come out, Keith, and they've been hitting a little bit harder. Some of their hits have come a little bit late. They've been much more aggressive than we have seen them in the past. And I think they realize that Chuck Fairbanks wants to get more out of them. The line has not been doing a good job, so I think they realize if they don't come off the ball and please that man right there, there are going to be some more changes.
He's obviously checking it off. The ball is snapped with 2 seconds remaining on the 30-second clock, and Carthen again carries it. And he's up to about the 45 for a couple of yards. There's a Sunday night ball game being played out in Arizona. Boston at Arizona, the Boston Breakers and the Arizona Wranglers. To be perfectly honest with you, we had suggested to Boston, Arizona, they might like to change the time of it and have us come watch it, but they couldn't have a track meet in the stadium. And so we're watching a pretty good football game here at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. With Herschel Walker sweeping the right side, getting to the sidelines, being pushed out by Mike Guess, but he's got another first down. Now, in first downs, New Jersey is way out in front. In fact, in the numbers side of the game, completely dominated by New Jersey.
Well, New Jersey's had a great deal of success, and at the start of the game, I said I liked the way their game plan was shaping up. They were throwing the ball a little bit more. Mark Slauson, who only caught 3 passes going into this game after 6 games, already has 3 passes, and Victor Hicks playing some great football for them. So they've kept this Washington team off balance.
First down from the Washington 49. Carthen tries to go to the outside. He's strong enough to get 4 yards, 3 yards out of it before they can throw him down. Los Angeles is at Tampa Bay for the Monday night ball game. So just noting that Michigan was beating Chicago 17-6. Tampa Bay could be sitting on a 2-game lead if Los Angeles doesn't cause them some unexpected trouble. Tampa Bay, Philadelphia is already 6-1, and Tampa Bay going into that ball game against Los Angeles 5-1. They reverse it with a tight end, Sam Bowers, and that might be a face mask. No, guess not.
Don't call it.
Bowers, 6'4", 240, a Fordham Ram.
Nice little surprise play. He's come swooping around. Nice tight ball handling inside by Bobby Scott. He just gets behind the wall of the offensive line. He's got a lead blocker out in front of him, number
58.
It's Ken Hall, and he picks up some good yards. Sam Bowers from Fordham.
And it's first down. The ball is just inside the 38 of Washington. With 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and a 9-point lead for New Jersey and Herschel Walker. And he's inside the 35, call it the 33. That's 5 yards.
He's tackled by Joe Harris, and again, it's on the right side of the offensive line.
New Jersey chewing Washington up now. They're possessing the ball. They lead by 9, and they're just grinding it out, having turned Washington away with the interception at the goal line. Inside Carthen, a couple to about the 30. You know who has not seen the ball? He's thrown the ball to him, I guess, twice. Once it was completed, and once it was intercepted. Cunahy. He's been sort of quiet today. He may be about due.
He hasn't been in the ball game that much. You see him there going off to the sideline. He's shuttling plays in and out with Mark Slauson. And Mark Slauson has been doing a very fine job for him, although Tom Cunahy out of Central Arkansas, again, has probably the best hands in this team. But Mark Slauson just coming on and doing a great job.
Scott gives to Carthen, caught behind the line of scrimmage. A good defensive play that time. Mike Guess makes the tackle. The penetration, however, was by McIntyre, 59, that forced him out.
Mike Guess is really taking a chance on that tackle. He just cut him. Didn't grab him at all. Just knocked his feet out from underneath the man. Had Kaufman been able to get a hand down and keep his balance, there was no one out there, and he could have gone all the way for a touchdown.
It brings up 4th down and 3. The ball is just inside the 31, and the Generals are going.
Do they realize it's a 4th down?
Well, the marker is on this side of the field. They may not see it. They're going to throw it on 4th down, and it works.
It worked, but Mike Reedy has paid a price for it. He juggled that ball as he caught it, reached up, got a better handle on it, and he was hit hard.
So a crowd of 35,381 enjoyed it. It's a first down for New Jersey. Reedy is down. Take another look at it.
Comes from the right side of the field on the crossing route. Watch him get in between the seam and make a great play to keep this drive alive. So he hangs on to it, and they maintain their lead 17-8.
Off-road racing. To be a winner, you've got to go beyond just plain tough. And year after year, Walker Evans and Dodge Ram 150, Rod Hall and Dodge Power Ram 150 are consistent winners. Over the past 6 years, in over 65 major sanctioned off-road events, Ram Tough Dodge trucks have beaten the best the world could send against them. That record says it all.
Dodge trucks are Ram Tough.
Get up to $750 back on selected new Dodge trucks or 9.8 financing. Participating dealers have details.
Incredible triumph of human endurance, a 10-day bike race across the country. Plus, surfers attack the treacherous Banzai Pipeline. ABC's Wide World of Sports, next.
Brady got up off the field and ran off, and New Jersey has the ball first down at the 15 of Washington. And trying to stick it in the end zone to give themselves a comfortable lead with a half a minute to go in the third quarter, and Maurice Carthen, who has become a force here in this second half of play, carries the ball and picks up big yardage, goes inside the 10 to about the 8.
Well, you talk about the value of a running game and having a big man up front who can get the 1-2 tough yards and the quick handoff and get upfield for more yards. Then the back like Herschel Walker. What they give you is consistency on the ground, give you the stability to continue to drive down the field, and it's something this New Jersey team has been able to do as we come to the end of the third quarter throughout the game.
17-8, New Jersey leads. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this message and a word from our local stations.
Have you seen what just hit town?
That's that new engine, isn't it? Look at this, shaft drive.
Is it fast?
About a 12.2 quarter mile.
That'll blow away most 750s.
Okay, guys, whose is it?
The new Nighthawk from Honda.
Wish it was mine.
But it isn't, is it?
Is it yours?
Uh-huh. Wait till Jake hears about this.
There are a lot of exciting new things happening at Avis. They mean better service for you. I'm David Mahoney, chairman of Avis. You know, you can see it in the way our people care and take care of you. And the amazing wizard computer that makes Avis Express with no bus pass unique. And in our large Cadillac fleet that we rent at Cutlass prices. All with free unlimited mileage. Come in and try us. You'll see for yourself why trying harder makes Avis second to none.
Monday on That's Incredible, meet the one and only Reading Duck. Then, Ellen Burstyn is the woman who crosses the line between life and death.
I saw it. It's beautiful.
Now, no one she touches will ever be the same. Resurrection. Tuesday, Larry's wowing and singing at Jack's.
Whoa, whoa.
Three's Company. And can Dora Lee stay sexy?
Does a wild bear sleep in the woods?
9 to 5. Then,
I'll be right back.
a wild chase has Jonathan riding the edge, heart to heart.
It's your Coors, now Augusta, and your Coors, now Orlando, and your Coors, now Atlanta. The best of the Rockies is here.
The clean of the Rockies, the fresh of the Rockies, as only Coors can brew it. Coors and Coors Light.
Cold, fresh, clean Montgomery. Lauderdale, Rocky Mountain Gold, you got it. The best of the Rockies is yours.
You've got to merge onto a crowded freeway, but you're running out of pavement fast. This is when you need Gulf Super Unleaded, the gas with guts. One of the highest octane unleaded gasolines to help stop knocks and pings, to make sure you have the power when you need it most. Gulf Super Unleaded, the gas with guts.
Mike Snyder and Ann Bishop, only on Eyewitness News. It's pitched to Walker, and Walker for the corner. Touchdown!
He's making a lot of fans happy today, Keith. A perfect run to show what kind of acceleration that Herschel Walker has, and he gets a great block by number 64, Wayne Harris, the guard, as he pulls right there, holds up the linebacker, number 59, Jeff McIntyre, as Herschel gets the outside, and then accelerates, gets beyond the defense, and uses his power to pull one more into the end zone with him.
103 yards for Walker today, so he's had 3 successive weeks of 100 yards or more. Out of this today, he's only gained 6 of that 103 running to his left. And here's the kick, missed by Jacob. So that is the second instance in this football game where an extra point has been missed. Score with 14:54 to play. New Jersey 23, Washington 8.
Most guys spend Sunday taking it easy. Not me. When I'm racing the Bandit, there's no taking it easy. So I'm out here early before a race trying to relax. Just me and my scope. Just a pinch gives me real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. And that wintergreen flavor's a real winner.
Go smokeless with Skoal or Copenhagen. A pinch is all it takes.
The anti-shock sticker on Challenger and Sapporo, imported only for Dodge and Plymouth. These road-handling high-tech imports deliver a lot of car for the money with a 2.6-liter silent shaft MCA jet engine and standard features unmatched at the price by Datsun 200SX or Toyota Celica GT, including the anti-shock sticker. Dodge Challenger and Plymouth Sapporo, high-tech imports built by Mitsubishi, master car builders of Japan, imported only for Dodge and Plymouth.
Herschel Walker, who has just stuck it in the end zone for a second time today, has picked up 103 yards, 97 to his right.
And 6 to his left. If that's not a tendency to attempt to take advantage of at some point in time, then you'll never see a tendency.
Hey, Jacobs, who just missed the extra point, kicks it high, and Mike Harris has it. Firing through to get just a little piece of it is number 46. And number 46 is Dwight Sullivan, reserve fullback. Third quarter numbers.
Well, the third quarter numbers don't say anything different than what we've expected so far. It's all a New Jersey ball game with them possessing the ball 29 minutes and Washington only having it 15 minutes and 41 seconds. And look at the number of first downs. 22 first downs for New Jersey and only 9 for Washington.
Next week, New Jersey plays at Chicago on Monday night. Now it's up to Joe Gillum to put some life into the Washington offense. Washington passing coming into this ball game, averaging almost 215. There's one to Holmes. And Gillum is planted again as number 93, Richard Murray, turned him upside down. They're passing before that completion there. Today, only good for 63 yards.
Joe just barely gets the ball away here again. Gets it to Mike Holmes, and Mike Holmes makes a catch, sees that linebacker coming at him, and alertly gets his head down.
Yeah, but what happened to Gillum? When I saw him flying through the air after Murray had hit him, Washington's going to get nailed with a holding penalty, nullifying the pass completion. But I was looking upfield with the ball, and I saw Gillum rolling around down the field.
Holding, number 53 on the offense. First down.
In the center. And in the cookie jar.
Ryan Musselman. That's a great name for a lineman. Musselman. Also the man who happens to be caught for holding.
Well, 10 yards penalty backs him up to the 13, where it's first down and 20. Gillum puts it up to the sidelines to Walters. Beautiful pass. On the money, first down.
Great pass, a great play selection against the two deep zone. Walters just getting to the outside. He starts inside, steps to the outside. Now you don't see a safety in this picture. He's running down the middle of the field because he's got coverage, trying to cover number 85. And then the ball is just thrown perfectly to the outside. Joey Walters making the grab before the safety has a chance to react.
That's his first reception of the day. When Joey Walters doesn't catch the ball, the Washington offense is going. First down, 36. Craig James trying to get outside. Can't do it. And Dana Noel in there to turn him out. Here's Tim Brandt with Coy Bacon.
Thanks, Keith. Now, last week when I talked to you, Coy, you said the word was frustration. Right now, they're blowing you out of there.
Well, we're not concentrating enough. You know, we're making too many mistakes, and as a young team, we're going to have to stop making mistakes. That's the only thing I can say right now about it.
How do you do it, though? It looks like the offensive line is just shoving you back.
Well, Hershey is picking his hole and running to the outside. He's doing a good job. He's a good runner.
Okay, keep it going. Keith.
Okay, sir. Second down, 10. James went out at the line of scrimmage from the 36. Mike Harris is now in there. He'll get a little more speed to the outside. Gillum back. Gets it off over the middle. That's got to be an interference there. As Noel tackles Walter before the ball got there, Joey was down in the arms of Noel, and it'll be a first down for Washington on about the 45 of New Jersey.
Joe Gillum saw him coming across wide open here, and right there, Dano, he drives too hard too soon. Bad timing. He just grabs him. Little hand goes up there in front of the face mask so he can't see. But they get the yardage anyway.
Wait a minute, why the 49?
It's a first down.
Well, that's right. It's a 10 on the difference in the rule in the USFL. It's 10 yards from the point of the snap, or the previous snap, because it was not considered intentional.
Which is a good rule. But it does give them a first down.
Yes, it does. But it doesn't give them 40 miles like some of the pass interference rules do, college in particular. Up the middle. And not a whole lot there for Billy Taylor. He goes from the 49, picks up 3 yards. Rod Schote, the primary tackler. And you've got 13 and a half minutes to play in the ball game. And that's Rod Schote, number 56 right there.
Rod Schote has been fairly quiet this afternoon. He's been on a couple of plays, but has not been too active in the ball game thus far.
Another pretty good matchup next week in the schedule is Boston at Philadelphia. At Philadelphia. Second down, 7. Gillum with time, goes down the middle. Pass is caught by number 81, Vince Kinney. Vince Kinney has his name called for the first time today, and the 185-pounder from Maryland comes up with a big play.
Keith, I can't tell you how important it is on a play like this for the quarterback to get the ball to the receiver before he runs into coverage. Joe zips this one in just before he's about to run into another defensive back. Now, if he leads him out a little bit longer, Vince Kinney winds up with a helmet in his face mask.
It is a first down at the New Jersey 16. No place to go that time for Billy Taylor. He might have lost a yard on it after that 30-yard pickup on the pass. with Gillum hooking up with Kinney. Time now running along at 12 minutes to play in the ball game, and New Jersey leading by 15. Other games being played today. Birmingham has gone ahead of Denver in the second quarter, 7-6. And Michigan is leading Chicago 17-6 in the fourth quarter. That's a big win for Michigan in that Central Division. Tightens it up. Gillum back to throw. Goes for the corner for Walters. And it's almost picked off by Keith Moody.
Ooh, that was close. Joe's got to get that pass out there just a little bit farther. He got the ball, snapped this ball real quick before the defense had a chance to get totally set. There's a free man rushing him right there. He's got him beat if he can lead him more to the outside. But he throws it a bit short. Moody comes up and the ball hits him in the chest, falls through his arms. He just can't make it, just can't hang on to it.
Keith Moody is also the head football coach at Brockport State in New York.
That's right.
He's out here making a bob or two, practicing his profession. It's 3rd down and 10. And timeout. Joe looked over the defense, knowing the play that he called, or perhaps not knowing the play that he had called, because he hasn't had all that much time to get things organized as a starting quarterback. And Washington now is called 5 yards for delay of the game as time ran out. Gillum had stepped in there. He had apparently checked off, didn't like what he saw, and by the time he called time, the 30-second clock had run out. 7th penalty in the ball game. 11:36 to play.
He's the best, and he's proved it here today. That's how a world championship is won, folks.
Watching him got me started. Now, he's watching me.
Now on attempt number 2 comes the newcomer, Roberto Diaz.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it.
Bring out your best.
Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light.
The best. You found it in yourself.
That's right, cowboy. He's never had me do that.
And now you found it in the beer you drink.
They're in the fourth quarter at the Silverdome up in Detroit. Chicago trailing Michigan. George Allen in the blitz. Picked up a fumble at the 5-yard line. 2 plays later, Kevin Long pulls in. The 2-point conversion was missed. It's still Michigan over Chicago, 17-12. Back to you, Keith.
So the blitz still in the ball game. Here it's 23-8, and Washington here in the second half intercepted on the goal line. Now they have run out the 30-second clock, picked up a 5-yard penalty, and they are looking at 3rd down and 15 from the 21 of New Jersey. Washington's had his chances, they just haven't cashed them.
How trite would it be to say that this is a big play coming up? But it is.
To the end zone for Walters. Interference. It'll be 1st and goal to go. Possibly.
That was number 37, possibly. Dana Knoll.
Depends on whether they want to call it intentional or whether it's going to be 10 yards from the previous snap.
Keith, I think they have to call that intentional because Dana Knoll was beat so badly. The ball was coming up in the air. He had his back turned to the ball, and he just jumps right up in front of Joey Walters. And he wasn't making a play for the ball. He had his head turned the wrong way, right there. He just throws his hand. He doesn't even see where the ball is at as he waved his arm around.
They don't call it intentional. It's 10 yards. They put it down just inside the 11 or just outside the 10.
Pass interference on the defense, number 37. 1st down.
It is a 1st down. It is not 1st and goal. They can get a 1st down without scoring. So once again, New Jersey makes a defensive mistake, and Washington gets new life.
Keith, to me, that had to be an intentional pass interference call. There's no way he was making a play for the ball. He couldn't
He
see
might
it.
not say that, folks, if he'd been a defensive back. Up the middle. Billy Taylor and Craig James doing the work with Taylor carrying the ball. And he's got a couple of yards, that's all. Big Tom Woodland out of Missouri brought him down. That's the time remaining. Washington in its first downs, they picked up 2 on the run, 6 on the pass, and 5 on penalties. 5 on penalties. Second down and 8. Ball at the 9. I would think Mike Holmes would be a key person here. They're sending Walters to the same side now. Watch Holmes. To the corner for Walters. He's got it. It's a touchdown for Washington. He beat Mike Williams.
Joey Walters doing a good job. Ray Yacht's yelling at him, "Stay in there, we're going for 2," and that doesn't make Chuck Fairbanks too happy. Walters going in motion, and that motion's probably helping him keep that leg loose. He just beats Williams to the outside, and watch the adjustment he makes on this ball. Turns inside, catches it, keeps his feet inbounds in the corner of the end zone. Mark of a great receiver being able to do all of that on one play.
With a sore leg.
With a sore leg.
10:43 to play in the ball game. It's now 23-14. They make 2 points here. It's 23-16. Billy Taylor has come off the field now for Washington as they're going for 2. That puts in 3 wide receivers. That other man being Mayberry. Mayberry's a pretty good pass receiver. He's also a pretty fair blocker. Gillum rolls this way. Shoots it down the middle. It is good. Pass is caught by Walters.
And the Washington Federals are not out of this ball game by any stretch of the imagination.
New Jersey 23, Washington 16 with 10 minutes and 43 seconds to play in a ball game.
Moody there giving instructions to the secondary. They send everybody to one side. They just overload that side of the field. Then Joey Walters just comes back, head there, and bumps Moody there. Moody took a little shot in the face mask. Right now we see just where Walters comes from. He just sneaks in underneath this receiver, coming across in front of Williams. Enough of a cushion.
And so now the pressure's on the Washington defense to shut down the New Jersey ground game, which has been possessing the ball.
Presenting 3 cars you can actually fall in love with. Dodge Shelby Charger. Your heart will beat faster for $82.90. Dodge 600 ES, a high-tech sports sedan at $94.72. Dodge 400 convertible. For just $99.95, we'll give you the sun. We've also got a way to protect something you love. Dodge's 550 protection plan. A little love and something to protect it. At your Dodge dealer.
Now on other select new Dodge cars and trucks, get 9/8 financing or cash back.
When it's time to change, go for it. This year, go Michelin. The difference is performance. Michelin performance. This time, get Michelin. Get years of Michelin fuel economy, Michelin traction, years of Michelin handling. Go for it. This time, get all the tire your money can buy. Don't settle for less. This is the time. This is the tire. This is the place. We put America on radials. We want to put you on Michelin.
Hi, I'm Lee Iacocca. My parents, and maybe yours, were among the millions who passed through Ellis Island on their way to a better life. Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty offered the promise of freedom. They are symbols of what this country stands for. But now they need our help. The USFL is making a donation for every ticket they sell to help restore this beloved national monument. It's a generous start, but we need your help too. Won't you contribute to this noble cause? Thank you.
Preceding announcement courtesy of the United States Football League. As Thomas Lott is deep, Kenny Olson to kick off for Washington. Only a 7-point difference in the ball game with more than 10 minutes to play, and it's a high hanger, but it's short. And it's taken by Larry Coffey. And Larry comes hurtling back out across the 30 to the 32, where Donnie Harris brings him down. So now comes Bobby Scott into the picture. He has used the pass sparingly here of late, using an effective ground game with the offensive front doing a good job for the running backs, Carthen and Walker. And it was fundamentally the run that put them in the end zone, plus a mistake by Washington for their 23rd point. Now let's see whether or not Washington can force Scott to go back to the air. Double wide, top of the picture. And it's Carthen behind the line of scrimmage. Well, that's a pretty good sign, isn't it? 10:25 to go. Tim Brandt, what have you got, Tim?
Thanks, Keith. I'm here with Craig James out of the Southwest Conference, their third all-time leading rusher. But you haven't carried the ball that much today, and the offensive game is just the rushing game.
Well, you know, we need to establish a running game here before long, or we're not going to get back in the game. We're close, but we need to establish a running attack.
It would take some of the heat off Joe Gilliam, Keith.
Sure would. On second down and 10. Nothing there for the ground game. Now Scott's got to put it up.
Well, he fumbled the snap that time, and again, they fumbled the ball. He's thrown 3 interceptions today, something the team has had problems with in the last 6 ball games, and it's third down and about 11 to go, and they're going to have to put the ball in the air and watch the secondary try and come up with the big play.
Scott in the first half was 11 of 20 for 173 yards. In the second half, he's only thrown the ball twice, completed 1 for 16.
Well, with that kind of lead and the ground game working well, I think the game plan was a smart one, just to drive it out.
Brodsky in motion. Bobby Lookett has some time. Now runs out of time. They've got him back on the 25. Robert Barber. The offensive line not at fault there. The defensive secondary for Washington did a pretty good job of covering up his receivers. And Barber finally got to it. Can't have all day.
No, he didn't have all day, and he had Larry Brodsky, who was trying to come across the field shallow. He got bumped very good at the line of scrimmage, and again, it's another sack.
Harrison Robinson. Yes, are the people who've been running back the kicks. That kick is a low liner, and no chance for the run back. So the football sits at the 45 of Washington, a 29-yard punt with 8:57 to play at a 7-point New Jersey lead.
When it comes to three-wheelers, the choice is simple. Whether you're picking for work or picking for play. Just pick the Honda ATC.
Follow the leader, he's on a Honda.
Okay, move him out!
If you've got goods to deliver and your trucks don't seem to care, if your peak season comes and your trucks are past their peak, then it's Ryder to the rescue. Ryder rents trucks. From small vans up to giant tractors to move your products or your family.
Ain't they beautiful?
When your trucks are giving up, Ryder trucks are just starting up.
A 7-point ball game with 8 minutes and 57 seconds left to play. A whole lot of time. Joe Gilliam with a fairly decent opportunity here to either tie. Go ahead. Kenny is in, Walters in, Holmes in, and they go instead to Taylor, and Taylor for about 3. 3 wide people. Craig James not in the lineup at the moment. Mike Harris now comes back onto the field, brings the play. That's going to bring Mike Holmes out of the ball game.
Chuck Fairbanks would be a very unhappy man if this game slips away from him at this point.
It would be like getting your pocket picked at the racetrack. In the parking lot at the church or something, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Over the middle. It is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Mike Williams. Well, Eric Johnson, who had his hands on it. Ex-Washington Stater, who just checked in with the ball club. Eric Johnson making his first appearance for New Jersey.
That time he had a good shot at that interception. Now, probably should have had it, but now they've been throwing so hard.
It is now 3rd down. Long 7 at the 48 of Washington. Gillum gets it off over the middle. Craig James out of the backfield, has it first down, has his balance. He's on the way. He's got a touchdown. No penalty flags. That was a great effort by Gillum to get the ball to him, and an even greater effort by James to get it to the end zone.
I have not seen a more perfect play this afternoon. It's a play they've used over and over again, taking advantage of a big hole in the middle of the football field. Craig James showing the balance and running style on a 52-yard touchdown play that made him their #1 draft choice. Joe Gilliam drops back. He's under pressure. He gits hit, but again, tight spiral right over the middle. Watch this hit. He keeps his balance, struggles, stays up. Now he sprints to the outside. Number 24 is chasing him, Terry Daniels, but he just doesn't have enough to catch Craig James as he's trying to get his breath back. As they I think as they go for 2.
They're going to go for 2. I don't know. Would you not? Well, Olsen missed an extra point. I guess maybe Ray doesn't have that much confidence in his kicking.
An extra point or field goal is no sure thing on this team.
Gillum gets it off, and it's no good. No good. He had Bubba Diggs open, but he just simply could not get back to Diggs. No way. About that time, he was ready to be turned upside down, which he was by the pressure, and Keith Moody slapped it down. So it's a 1-point ball game. New Jersey 23, Washington 22.
Well, Keith, we know they haven't been able to make the extra point, but I still have to really question this call. Even if they scored 2, they're only up by 1, which means a field goal is going to still beat them. I would still take the chance and kick the ball.
I'd have kicked it.
And it was that kind of play selection that really cost this Federals team the game against Arizona last week.
That and some pretty poor defensive play in the secondary.
Take a look at this touchdown once again. Joe Gilliam standing under the pressure, fires down to the middle of the field, and this is just a great effort all around by the entire team. Brings them back to within 1 point with 8 minutes and 4 seconds to play.
You can protect everything but your ego, because they know how it hurts, and they'll go for it again.
Bring out your best Budweiser Light. Bring out your best Budweiser Light.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it.
Now, Dodge offers more unique ways to get extra value in trucks. First, get the lowest rate going, 9.8% financing on most Dodge pickups. Or choose rebates up to $750 on a wide selection of Ram Tough trucks. Plus, discounts up to $1,000 on specially equipped Prospector models. Only Dodge has the lowest financing or rebates, plus Prospector option discounts at your Dodge truck dealer today.
Dodge trucks are Ram Tough.
The man who is sort of running this New Jersey defense, at least the secondary today, is Keith Moody, number 21, and he steps up in front here, reading the play pretty well. Look over there on the right of the picture, number 85, Bubba Diggs, is all by himself.
All right, that was the same play that they scored on earlier for the 2-point conversion. He just tried the same one again.
Bill couldn't turn that way and get it to him. Thomas Lott goes back to the end zone, fumbles it, now makes a mistake, tries to bring it out, and gets it up to the 12. The Washington defense got to come out here now with their ears laid back.
He could have downed that ball into the end zone because the impetus of the ball carried it through, even though he touched it prior to it crossing the end zone, and they could have had the ball on the 20-yard line.
Tim Brandt with Craig James.
It was a great run. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, we talked a little bit on the sidelines about it. We want to get the linebacker trying to cover me and put a move on him, open the middle up, and it's a home run.
Looked like you took a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but hey, they got me a while ago, and I dropped it. I had to get myself back.
It looks like the emotion on this sideline is just going crazy.
Well, because we're winning, and everybody's enjoying the heck out of it right now. We're not winning, but, you know.
Keith,
Okay, thank you, Tim. Herschel Walker trying to come outside, maybe gets a yard on the carry. The last New Jersey possession, the Washington defense swarmed, and looks like they're going to try to do it again. That play was made by Robert Barber. He gets up a little gimpy, but he stays in. Walker carries. In the first quarter, Herschel carried 11 times. In the second quarter, 10 times. In the third quarter, 5 times. And here in the fourth quarter, 1 time. Why? There he goes, and that might be 6. Nope. Mike Guest brings him down. That's 2 carries in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, one is a real big one. That one right there. Well, as we're talking about Herschel Walker not carrying the ball, he lines up in the eye. The misdirection play, they send the linebacker up, but it's also pull a guard to take care of him as Herschel Walker sprints. He's trying a little hop step there to pick out Mike Guest, but he'll have none of it. Number 70, John Jewell is the man who was pulling on that play that sprung him open.
38 yards. And it's first down, New Jersey at the Washington 49. Carthen. Maurice Carthen. Penalty flag. 9 yards for Carthen. Green the tackle. 6 minutes and 56 seconds to go as the clock stops and a penalty against New Jersey. Holding. Oh.
Well, Herschel almost did break that one for a touchdown. And, of course, the Washington Federals have a history, as I stated earlier, of giving up those big plays. And that time, New Jersey almost capitalized on
Holding. Number 70 on the offense. First down.
John Jewell got caught. It'll be first down and 20. The ball is at the New Jersey 42. 6:56 to play in the ball game. New Jersey 23, Washington 22. Scott to throw it. It is good. It is caught by Bowers after almost being intercepted by Doug Green.
Well, as the saying goes, Bobby Scott had a little mustard on that football. He just zipped that one downfield. He's rolling out looking for someone, and I thought he was going to go to Mike Freedy, but instead he throws it inside, just behind the outstretched arms of Doug Green to Sam Bowers.
And it is short of the first down by a yard and a half. Herschel Walker is now taken over as the leading rusher in the USFL with 714 yards. Puts him 1 yard ahead of Kelvin Bryant. Bryant had 713 after picking up 118 last night. And there's the carry, good for the first down for New Jersey. So with 6 minutes and even now to play in the ball game, the Generals playing with a little bit of fire.
Well, you can very often look at some statistics and make some predictions. I know one of the favorite stats people used in the past was with the Dallas Cowboys. If Tony Dorsett gained 100 yards, the percentages were very high that that team always won, and so might be the case here with Herschel Walker.
Carthen from the 37 to inside the 35, where Joe Harris puts a face mask on him and puts him on the ground. Walker back now, Coffey leaves. As Herschel went out to catch his breath, Larry Coffey replaced him. Clock running at 5:10 to play in the ball game. Well, the New Jersey offensive line performed 150% better than they did the last time I saw them. They keep improving. Look out. A long season, 18 games. Here's Scott. Throws it short for Carthen. Maurice was out there. Scott just didn't get the ball to him. Not always that easy, though, when you're on the dead run.
It's not easy when you're on the run. It's not easy for that back to get his body turned and to look inside and catch that ball. And I'll tell you what's even more difficult when you have a quarterback that rolls out, just finding him. He gets behind some of those linemen, and you get him mixed up with the lineman. You can't find the quarterback. Suddenly there's this little brown football traveling at you pretty good clip.
I raised that question again on the plane with Oakland when they had the one receiver wide open on a call screen pass. And Basana said he just simply never saw the man. Went ahead with a screen pass. Here's Scott throwing. And they're lucky to get that one back. There's a penalty flag down. That ball was thrown towards Slauson, but Slauson had fallen down. Mark didn't have any chance to catch it. Let's see about the penalty.
I think they'll refuse it being third down, and this will bring up fourth.
It's a holding.
Holding. Number 77 on the offense. The penalty is declined. Fourth down.
That's a 10-yard penalty, though.
Yeah, but I still don't think I don't think this is really field goal range for this young man.
Well, they're going to try, I think. Jacobs is out there. Has he got his tee with him? No, he's going to punt it. He's going to punt it. You have the use of the 1-inch flat tee in the USFL, but it's punting time. 29-yarder. The other punt attempt went for a safety. 4:41 to play in the ball game. A 1-point lead for New Jersey, 23-22. Low snap. Penalty flag down. Bad kick. Fair catch called back at the 12 by Washington's Greg Butler. Might have had a Federal a little soon across the line. Oh.
Illegal formation.
Illegal formation against New Jersey. No, they can have it at the 13, or they can make him do it again. That was only a 21-yard kick.
What's that old cheer? Push him back, push him back. I'd make him punt it over again and hope that I get a better return, or...
Yeah, I'd make him kick it.
At least into the end zone. Oh, but I don't think they're going to.
No, they refused it. They're going to take the ball to 13. There's a 21-yard kick.
Again, I've got to question Ray Yacht's decision this time. Not going for the extra point, but kicking the extra point, trying for two. Here, if they get a good punt off, a stronger punt, it's into the end zone and he picks up 7 yards. If it's not as good a punt, if they apply pressure, they might get the ball a little further downfield.
Joe Gilliam's in there. Holmes left, Walters right. And they run it out to the 15. Gain of 2 yards. The Washington offense in the first half was good for 57 yards. In the second half, they'd out total 183. In the first half, they should have had to buy a ticket.
Well, now they're starting to earn the keep. Joe Gilly is playing great. 11th round draft choice by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1972. Was their starter in 1974, and before he was replaced by Terry Bradshaw, his record was 4-1-1.
4 minutes to play. Second down and 8. Gilliam's pass caught by Kinney. He caught it on the rebound for a first down. And I'll tell you one thing. You know, people talk about John Elway's cross at Stanford when he sticks it in there against your ribs. I'll bet you Vince Kinney's going to have a mark on his rib cage after that shot.
He stuck it right in there. You know, he had Taylor wide open on the right of the screen. You can't see him, but trying to get more yardage. The ball was tipped by number 47, and he just hangs onto it, makes one of those 5-yard catches. And
Kinney's caught 2 now for 58 yards.
Yeah, well, I'll take those 2 any day.
First down at the 43 of Washington. 3:12 to play in the game. New Jersey leading by 1 point. And Billy Taylor trying to get loose. Gets a couple of yards as Tom Woodland had a hold of him. Mentioning John Elway, the Elways are in town.
And who are they talking to?
The Yankees.
That means George Steinbrenner.
Well, the simple fact of the matter is that the Yankees are going to have their papers and their offer to John Elway for a baseball career in front of him next week because the NFL draft is coming up. And then after the draft is done, they'll sit down and make a decision whether John Elway is going to play baseball with the Yankees or whether he'll go with an NFL football team. He's already turned down the USFL. And here's Billy Taylor turning it around the right side, and he is close to a first down. But I wouldn't be surprised if they mark him a little short.
Well, I think they will, but I like the way Billy Taylor is running. There's 2 minutes and 21 seconds and counting on the clock. Billy Taylor is running hard. The Federals have possession of the ball. They've now crossed the 50-yard line. They've got the old momentum working in their favor.
Field goal is a win for them.
And there wouldn't be much time left. And I think they'll let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning, and Joe will come to the sideline and get whatever final strategy he needs from Ray Yock.
And Joe now, as he comes over to talk to his head coach, 10 out of 22 for 201 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And it's a 23-22 ball game with 2 minutes to play.
An earth floater like this kicks up a tremendous amount of dust that could destroy its engine. To keep it out, Fram designed a special double air filter. Today, you can get the same kind of thing for cars, the Fram Extra Light. The inside works like a normal filter, the outside an extra filter. It traps 50% more dust than Fram's old single filter, but it doesn't cost any more. The Fram Extra Life, 50% extra protection and no extra cost.
Off-road racing. To be a winner, you've got to go beyond just plain tough. And year after year, Walker Evans and Dodge Ram 150, Rod Hall and Dodge Power Ram 150 are consistent winners. Over the past 6 years, in over 65 major sanctioned off-road events, Ram Tough Dodge trucks have beaten the best the world could send against them. That record says it all.
Dodge trucks are Ram Tough.
Get up to $750 back on selected new Dodge trucks or 9.8 financing. Participating dealers have details.
An incredible triumph of human endurance, a 10-day bike race across the country. Plus, surfers attack the treacherous Banzai Pipeline. ABC's Wide World of Sports, next.
The football is sitting at the New Jersey 48. It is 3rd down and a yard for a first down. We have 2 minutes to play in the ball game, and as the chains are moved, the first down recording, the clock will be stopped in the final 2 minutes, with New Jersey leading Washington 23-22. They need to get their first down here. James outside. First down and then some. Craig James turns it outside, and had it not been for number 24, Terry Daniels, Craig James might have scored.
Right side of that Washington Federals line did a great job of just blocking, sprinting off the right side for him to get out there and pick up the first down. They've had problems all day long trying to run straight up the middle, so that was a very wise choice on their part to go to the outside.
At the 39 of New Jersey. First down. 1 point difference. Look at Billy Taylor pick his way through there.
He got up pretty quick, too.
He sure did.
By number 28, Eric Johnson. That last graphic that happened to be on was just basically saying that the offense of the Washington Federals is more productive today in the 4th period than they have been in the last 6 ball games. And they're going to have to be just a bit more productive if they want to come away with the victory here today.
Minute and a half to play. 2nd down and 5. Craig James is out. Vince Kinney is in. And there's Ron Olson warming up on the sideline. Keeping the leg warm. Getting into a concentration. Billy Taylor gets outside for a first down. At the 21 of New Jersey. Eric Johnson makes the tackle.
The clock stops. They move the change because it's a first down. 109 still remaining to be played in the game. Craig James comes on. Ray Yock. Both coaches making some calls. It might have been somewhat questionable, but Joe Gillum is making Ray Yock the better man if he can complete this drive and get a field goal out of it.
Washington now in this offense has gone for 271 yards in this half. They stop him.
Number 75.
Moving. Mike Horton.
Number 75 on the offense. First down.
That's 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. And Ray York just bit the nail in 2.
Now, the way they've been kicking the ball, he would rather have seen Craig James or Billy Taylor break one loose and run into the end zone for a touchdown.
45 seconds to play. the 26. They give it inside, and there is nothing there for Taylor. As coming up to support was John Joyce, inside linebacker. And you've got 34 seconds to play in the football game with New Jersey leading 23 to 22. Now timeout. Those of you who have been watching the Chicago-Michigan ball game, we've got a pretty good finish building here. The Meadowlands Giant Stadium in New Jersey. New Jersey 23, Washington 22. Washington owns the football. It is second down and 12 at the New Jersey 23. 34 seconds to play in the football game, and Washington trails by just 1 point, 23-22.
See, we're behind. We got 2 timeouts. We got 1 more left.
Got 1 timeout remaining.
1 left? I believe so.
Joe Gillum talking to Ray York.
Yeah, we only got one. We got 1 timeout. We got 1 left. That's it for a little bit.
Well, we need to do here is get this play. We have to throw it here and then run the next one.
On the one side, the offense being planned. On the other side, the defense being planned.
Number 21, Keith Moody, has been instrumental in captaining that defense and making them, trying to get them as cohesive as possible. And of course, Joe Gillum coming in after Mike Hohensee, who was a little rusty from not playing for the last 5 games, was replaced and has brought his team back an opportunity to win.
Second and 12. They've got 1 timeout remaining. Clock stops on a first down. Craig James with the ball. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Rolls it down to about the 16. And the clock now going at 22. That's a good. Okay, Cole.
All right, let's go.
What do you spend your time out here? You can't do it. I guess you could.
Well, you could. I don't think. Well, obviously they're not going to, but here is where the conservative play may come into effect. You don't want to put the ball in the air. Give them a chance to intercept. They've been putting good pressure on the passer all throughout the ball game.
We're going to go ahead and send Olsen in the ball game now and go for the field goal.
Well, I think I would have probably used up my. I guess not. They didn't have enough time to get 1 play off.
Well, New Jersey may call it right here to put a little heat on Olsen.
Give him more time to think about it.
There's the 1-inch tee. A young man from Salisbury State with a chance to win a game for his team.
Also make him feel 100% better about missing those extra points.
It will be a 33-yard field goal. His longest during his college career was 53. And he missed the 1 extra point that he tried.
1 extra point.
There's Chuck Fairbanks now. Chuck calling the timeout as they come up to the line of scrimmage because he wants Olsen to stew a little bit.
Yes. The psychology of the game.
This best football game you and I have had a chance to see. They didn't give him the timeout.
They didn't give him the timeout.
They didn't give it to him. Gillum will hold, and Olsen will kick. It's a 1-point New Jersey lead. The kick is up. There's enough leg, but he has missed it to the right. Been a hard highway for Joe Gillum. Well, Olsen had looked like the hole was all right to me. With 8 seconds to play in the game, and just 1 snap of the ball.
Just a missed field goal. Kicked it wide.
Well, the kid missed an extra point. He missed a field goal. Either they're not practicing much at it, or else They need to practice more at it.
Oh,
that'll do it.
They may be looking for another kicker.
Could be. Well, it's a good win for Chuck Fairbanks and the New Jersey Generals, and it is a gut-twisting loss for Ray York and the Washington Federals. Final score, New Jersey 23, Washington 22. Travel arrangements made through, promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what Windless Skies are all about. This a presentation of ABC Sports.
Sunday. The mystery writer's murder has Matt Houston up in the air about who done it.
Mayday, Mayday, this is Matt Houston, over.
Then, Charlton Heston.
Don't miss.
And Brian Keith.
I never miss.
The Mountain Men.
Tonight on ABC.
When you're trying to get up a hill and you've got 10 tons of steel staring you in the face, that's when you really need Gulf Super Unleaded, the gas with guts. It's one of the highest octane unleaded gasolines you can buy to help make sure you can pass, climb, and accelerate. Gulf Super Unleaded, the gas with guts.
Oh, hey, Gary. Hey, presentation's moved up an hour. Don't worry about it. We'll be ready.
Today's business executive is faced with a world of questions. The new Texas Instruments professional computer
The elements look good, but we'll see.
helps you handle these questions by helping